Friday. Well, for y'all. For me, it's a work night. Keeps giving me an error. Welcome, welcome. I'm here for a little while. Here's the story. I'm here for as long as I can keep my eyes open. I did not get a lot of sleep last night. And then I work today. I have to work tomorrow. But I wanted to do a little stream. So let's start with the news, as we often do. Oh, and it is open panel. The link should be pinned. If it's not, let me know. I think I pinned it. Yes, pinned. Wait, what? Elon Musk sold X to his AI company. What does that even mean? He sold it to himself? XAI by social media. What? I don't understand. Somebody that understands business and finance explain this to me. His AI company bought his other company for 45 billion. Anyway, that's the top headline. And then J.D. Vance and his wife went to Greenland. There was an earthquake in Myanmar. Hillary Clinton's chiming in on the signal debacle with the leaked plans. Trump's going to the Supreme Court, asking them to let him deport the gang members. RFK Jr. to gut vaccine promotion and HIV prevention office. I didn't know there even was a vaccine promotion office. That's funny because yesterday we looked at that announcement they made about restructuring the healthcare departments, and HIV/AIDS was going to be one of their main focuses. So are they getting rid of the department to roll it into something else? Let me look into this. Hey Ricardo, what's up? How are you? This is CBS News is the only source I see for this at all. So, Office of Infectious Disease and HIV/AIDS Policy, that's the name of the office, is expected to be laid off, the entire staff, as part of a broader restructuring plan. Oh, okay. So it is that restructuring. Lagging childhood vaccination rates are I thought it was people are not vaccinating their children as often as they were before, and now we have these outbreaks. In my day, it was required to go to school. To be allowed into public school, you had to immunize. See, this it starts out saying that the entire staff of the infectious disease and HIV office is expected to be laid off. And then it switches to vaccines, which I guess is part of that. Anyway, that's the news. All right, let's look at Twitter. The business, this is from Immanuel Kant, German philosopher from the 18th century. The business, it's not a tweet from him, it's a quote by him on a tweet. The business of philosophy is not to give rules, but to analyze the private judgments of common reason. That's what we do here. Very Socratic. I guess that's the only tweet I have. All right, well, that's it for news, tweets. I don't have anything. I work today, so I don't have anything to talk. Right, yeah. You know what? I was listening to John Lennon's, from his very first Plastic Ono Band album, Working Class Hero, which has a lot of the same things we hear on the panel verse. And then what was that other song I was listening to? I I think it was a year later. Fuck, what was it? And it also had lyrics. The lyrics also were the things we talk about today. Let me see if I can find it in my playlist. And I'm like, these are from the early 70s, the beginning of the 70s. And they were singing about the same shit that the Panelverse talks about constantly on a daily basis today. That's how old these conversations are. It might have been The Who. The one about won't get fooled again. Meet the new boss, same as the old boss. Anyway, I was listening to some music from the 70s, and the lyrics struck me because of like these sound really familiar. Pink Floyd has a lot of oh, hey, Farlap. Yeah, that was Da Freak. He gifted 5 memberships, and you were one of the 5, so welcome. You are an official outlier now, at least for the next month. And they're only 99 cents. I picked the lowest level when I got monetized, intending to do additional memberships. I just wanted to have a membership to get started, and I want it to be as low as possible so anybody could participate. But I'm trying to find something more to offer than just a membership. Like, so anyway, at some point I want to add either more membership tiers or emojis or badges or something like that. So for right now, for 99 cents a month, you get the privilege of saying that you're an official outlier, which is a pretty esteemed group here in the Panelverse, I have to say. And then if you're in our Discord, I think it gives you a special color for your name in Discord. What was I talking about? I don't. Oh yeah, the lyrics. Pink Floyd. They have well, pretty much all of Dark Side of the Moon and Welcome to the Machine from 1975. So yeah, this experience that you're having of the system, it seems to go back to people that don't trust authority because for some reason they've had bad experiences with authority. They've come on authority's radar in a negative way. Either they're teachers at school, cops, whoever. And I had a totally different relationship to authority growing up. I didn't. Authority had to prove itself to me. If it was there to do something useful in my life or help me in some way, then I could respect it or tolerate it or accept its role. But if it didn't, I just ignored it. It didn't cause me grief. I just worked around it. I kind of still do that. Even at work. There's like the way things are supposed to work because the bosses say that, and then there's the way things actually work because it's easier for me to get my work done that way. And then if they decide that they don't like my work or that it's more important that I follow the authority than produce the good work that I'm doing, then they can find another person. Oh my God, are there I know there's flat earthers. Are there stationary earthers too? Like the earth, not only is it flat, it's not even spinning. It's just a plane, a flat plane in space, not moving. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the earth rotates. I don't like bureaucracy either. And I've learned what I've learned because I have some friends. I have this one friend in particular. She's very, very good. She's a peer. She's my mentor actually. She taught me and trained me in peer count. She's been on here before, Beverly. Um, she's very, very good at interfacing with bureaucracy. She knows how bureaucrats think and she knows how to play that game, but she's very much one of us. And she's taught me that bureaucrats are a very particular kind of people with a very different psychology than mine, and they have their purpose and place and uses, and you just have to know when you're dealing with a bureaucrat, and you have to know how to kind of speak their language and what they're there to do. But I could not be a bureaucrat. Um, yeah, what if? I probably wouldn't notice the difference. It would still, like, reality would still appear the same. Hey, freak. Farlap thanks you for his membership. He was one of the ones that you gifted the other day. What's up? Ooh. It doesn't feel like a Friday to me, but it's Friday for most people, I guess. So this is Friday night in the Panoverse. It might be a short Friday night. I think it's okay. It's hard to judge because they kind of leave me alone and let me do my thing, and so I don't get a lot of feedback. But they tell the feedback I do get so far, it seems like they like what I do, and I'm very very confident in my customer service, which that's what I'm there to do anyway. Um, so that part is going pretty well, but I can do customer service in my sleep. You can stick me anywhere, and you're gonna get excellent customer service. Um, it's retail, so I don't know, associate, I guess. I'm an associate, retail associate. Oh, well, thank you, Austin. Um, I I guess I try to be as cool as I can. Cool is so subjective. I definitely was not cool growing up. I was the socially awkward, geeky, nerdy, and gay on top of that kid, the misfit, the outsider. I was the new kid. Some new kids can show up at a new school and eventually they assimilate and become part of the group. And some of them are just too weird and they stay on the outside the whole time. I was that kid. I never could mesh. I remember like the first year, it was in junior high. I remember I decided to, I asked my mom, I said, can I throw a party and invite some people from school? I want to make friends. And this was like sixth or seventh grade, probably seventh grade. And she said I could. And so I remember I made invitation. I wrote notes I didn't make fancy invitations. I like took paper and I wrote. I hand wrote. I picked out some people that I thought would come to my party. I didn't really know the kids. And I passed them out in class to like maybe 10 people. And I said, "Hey, I'm having a party. Would you want to come? Let me know." Every single one of them said no. I didn't have a single person that wanted to come to my party. And I didn't try anymore. After that, that was it. I didn't make any more attempts to be friends with these people. I said, okay, well, that was a bust. Yeah, it just depends on who comes up. It's definitely open panel. Um, but I can't ever force people onto the panel. But usually, after a while, people eventually start trickling in. I hate that, freak. Yes, I hate that. Usually there's a lot to do, but when there's downtime and I have to find shit to do, that is definitely the worst part of the day. I hate busy work. I like to work. Give me something real to do and I'll get it done. But just to fiddle around and find things to dust and put stuff on the shelf and arrange the shelves so they look nice when there's no, I hate that stuff. I don't mind it if that's the job. If the boss says, "Hey, these shelves are messy. Can you spend the next 2 hours organizing them?" That's what I need you to do. I'm fine with that. That's a specific task. But just randomly going look for shelves that look like they need fixing because there's no customers to serve, that's the part I hate. Even in school, I hated busy work. I hate, because it feels like a waste of time that I could be doing real work. I could be applying that to actual things that need doing instead of just working for the sake of working because I'm on the clock and you want to justify paying me. Hey, untrackable, happy Friday. Oh, we probably would get in a fight. I fought with most of my friends at some point or another. In fact, some of my best friends, we started out not even liking each other at first. Hey, what's up?
Yeah, doing good. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. How was yours?
Yeah, it wasn't so bad. I
Are
heard
you
you
Monday through Friday? Like, do you get a real weekend every week?
no.
Mm.
And it's about to change.
Oh,
So we had this system before and then they switched it to a 5 day. Um but there's only two of us that do this. So we had to rotate schedules to make sure that there was always somebody there on the weekend. So like during the week, um like if you work the weekend, then you basically work with a substitute on Monday. And then you work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, but then you get Saturday, Sunday, Monday off. And then the other person takes the weekend and the Monday. But now they're switching to a 4 day schedule, like four tens, because
oh,
they're
wow.
bringing in another person. So now it'll be a 3 week rotation where, let's say, I work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'm going to have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday off. Then I'm going to come back and work Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and have Sunday off. And then I'm going to work Monday, Tuesday, and have Wednesday and Thursday off, and then work Friday and
That
Saturday.
sounds complicated.
Yeah, it's when you have a team like that, it's not like that's how shifts work for the whole building. But each team has their own capability of shifts depending on how many people do that job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it makes it so every third week I get a 5 day weekend,
Oh, that's nice.
and every third week, um, what is it? Every third week I have 2 days in the middle of the week off. So if I have to schedule an appointment, I don't have to use the PTO and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You've worked this one before, you said?
Yes,
They did
that's
they
it's
did
how it
this.
started out, and it can be tough because, like you said before I hopped on, about like running around and finding something to do or cleaning up after people that should be cleaning up after themselves and just looking busy. Um, you know, the market fluctuates, so the work fluctuates, and sometimes, man, there's days where I can knock my work out in 4 or 5 hours, and I'm not salary by any means, and I never will be. But I could knock my job out in 4 or 5 hours, but that means for 5 hours a day, some days, um, I will just be, just like you said, I will be finding something to do to either look busy, or I can go to my boss and be like, hey, who called out and what do you need? Because I got 5 more hours on my shift. Now I'm going to enjoy my 5 day weekend, but I still got to get paid. You know what I mean?
Mm. Yeah, I'm the same way. I'd rather
Yeah.
there be a lot of work than downtime.
Yeah. And that's the thing there too, is like I'd rather my work come from my specialty in my section rather than, oh, hey, uh here's a little bit because that's all your job requires today, and you know go wipe people's asses all day. because that's what a lot of what it is those guys out there, they're doing their best and they have their incentives to meet and they have their quotas to meet for their processes that they go through. And they're some the majority of those guys, they're all so young and hustling and doing their thing. They don't care if they spill something. They don't care if they make a mess. They don't care if they destroy a package. They will leave it right there on the floor. Yeah, like I see the look on your face. Like no home training, no give a shit, no give a shit. And then somebody like me has to create another job at my job to go and be like, oh, well, that's a damaged case. It should go in the damaged area, um, which is what they should have done when they dropped it. But no, it winds up like that sometimes.
I guess good thing there are people like you around then. If if their own management's not looking out for that.
And it can be tough because I mean, their job depends on how fast they can complete something and, you know, an order time after time after time to where if you if everybody held themselves to a T and actually protected the products that make us money, um, their quota would have to come way down. You know what I mean? Because accidents do happen, the cases do break, the and you also have to find competent people that are willing to work, and that's much more tough than getting somebody that's incompetent to clean up after themselves.
Yeah. The market is I was in a meeting today and they were talking about hiring temporary people. And one of the managers was saying, "Well, can we get some for this shift? We need them more on this shift and that shift." And she says, "Look, with temporary people, we take what we can get because we can't be picky. We take the people that even want to work the job at all. And if they can only be work this shift, we're going to hire them only for that shift. We can't. The market doesn't support being able to choose the people that work can work the shifts we want them to work."
Yeah, I worked retail um at a store called Belk down here in North Carolina. And it's a big chain store. It's like a not necessarily like a Sears because they don't have like the lawn equipment and all that. It's just clothing.
Oh,
But I worked in like merchandising, receiving and merchandising and stuff like that. So our team would unload the truck, open the boxes, take all the plastic and then put all the sizes together and then take it to the floor and make sure. But there's those times of the year where it's not worth it to hire somebody, but you need like five extra people. So you think about like Black Friday shopping and Christmas
hmm,
shopping and stuff like that. So like during those times of the year, they would double the staff that was there working, but the double was temps.
yeah,
And
and
out
it's
of the
just extra pairs of hands.
and out of the temps, maybe one would actually be worth a damn.
Oh
Uh,
God.
it,
So
and if they wanted to stay, that might be an option for them, but that'd be a private conversation between, you know, the the hiring supervisor, the HR, and that person. It wouldn't be like a, hey, out of you five, you can stay and you guys got to go. You know what I mean?
I worked season. That's how I got my bookstore job. I worked season. I worked the Christmas. They would hire extra people for the holiday shopping. But then if they really liked you, there was potentially opportunity to stay on permanently. And I was one of the people that they decided at the end of the season they offered me a permanent position. So it's a chance to show what you can do sometimes.
Yeah, it really is. And I really got frustrated with that job because for some reason they had a mother and son like contracted that would come in and do all of the cleaning. You know, the public restrooms that the store offered and the floors and the vacuuming and all that stuff. Well, I don't know what went down with that situation, but they wound up, not having them anymore. And then it would be like kind of like a roll of the dice to see which one of the people from my area, because we're always there at 5 o'clock in the morning, before, 5 hours before the store opens. And it would be like, okay, it's 7 o'clock. We open in 3 hours. Hey, you, I need you to clean the restrooms. Hey, you, I need you to run the floor scrubber. Hey, you, I need you to go vacuum. And for some reason, man, like, I've talked enough about my history. I've cleaned enough bathrooms. I've seen enough shit. You know what I'm saying? Um, but when you're chosen to do something and you do good at it, it's like, well, do you want me to be good at what you hired me to do? Or do you want me to be good at cleaning toilets? Because the next thing you know, I'm going to go and start my own toilet cleaning business. And then I'm going to contract you guys. You're going to pay me 3 times as much. Stop making me clean the fucking toilets when I got
Just
hired at
don't do a good
10,000.
job. That's our manager told us today. He told us like don't do too good of a job because if you're too good, they're gonna ask you to do more. You're gonna catch their attention and they're gonna ask you to do more. And he doesn't want our department to be one of the departments that stand out too much to where they're always asking us to do the extra stuff.
Yeah, and that's a tough lesson to learn as an employee is it's not don't stand out, it's be careful when you do stand out at certain things. Because, I was good at the job that they hired me to do, but the moment they wanted me to clean toilets, I went in there with like, hey, this is my job, this is my task. I'm good at this. I've already been doing it for a long time. I know how to clean the toilet and check all the extras, the soap and the paper towels and the toilet paper, and all that stuff. So I went in and did a good job. And next thing you know, it's like, oh, well, I'm not unwrapping clean clothes and breaking down cardboard boxes anymore. I'm cleaning toilets. I was like, well, fuck you guys. I'm going to go do something else.
So it's like being strategic about what you stand out in.
Yeah, you got to pick and choose like holidays or something like that. You don't have to be a very personal person all the time. But on the holidays, like, you could get a cake job just by being good at talking to people. You won't have to touch a single thing. You just stand at the door and make sure that buzzer doesn't go off. Now, that's not a fun job either because you just stand there. And then when something does happen, when somebody is trying to walk out without paying or something like that, you got to deal with that. But I don't know. Be careful at what you're good at and when you're good at it.
Yeah, that's a good point because I naturally just try to do a good job at anything I do. And so I have to second guess that. So I have to start really thinking about what I'm doing there. Because if
Yeah.
it's not something that I want to keep doing, I might want to slack a little bit.
Or if it's something that like my main job where I work, it's very time sensitive. So you can't be lollygagging, you can't be having conversations with your coworkers, you can't be on your phone. You have to get those orders and you have to build them. But if you tell me to clean something, yeah, if I feel like, hey, I'm about to be efficient and get this job done. This is my task. I'm going to do it. If I did it my way, sometimes I could be done in an hour, hour and a half. But because it's not time sensitive and I'm trying to make my hours and not be drug into somebody else's drama where they're not doing their job, man, I'll double it, you know?
Oh, so you deliberately take your time with it?
Yeah. Because I am responsible for like cleaning up my own area and restocking my own area, but that's not time sensitive stuff. Whereas the work from the get go at the beginning of the day is as soon as those printouts come out, it's like you got to be a freight train driving through any barrier that might get in your way, and you got to be mentally stable and keep your, focus and all that stuff, and it's hustle, hustle, hustle.
Yeah.
And then I go outside after we get done, I smoke a couple of cigarettes, and then I'm like, hey, I can find something to clean, and I can make sure that it's going to take more than 2 hours. Yeah, it's it's horrible to think that way because I come from a place where it's like I like being a company man. I want to make the company. I want to be as efficient as the company as I want the company to be,
Yeah.
because that's how you make money. That's how you get raises. That's how you get bonuses and all stuff like that. But at the same time, um, I don't like to waste my time. So the things that have gotten me hemmed up where I am, and I've been here almost 10 years, is I'll knock my job out. I'll knock out my cleaning. I might even do extra. And I'll be like, hey, boss, like I'm done and I've done extra and I just want to go home. And it's like 2 hours early. And my time is more valuable than anybody could ever pay me. You know, like mowing, there's nobody that could pay me enough to pay somebody else to mow my lawn. So if I get off 2 hours early, I can go home and mow my lawn in peace, without having the rest of the family like around expecting me to be with them. You know what I mean?
You're not going into specific. I was gonna ask you what's up, what's going on. But if you're not going into specifics, I guess there's no point.
What's going
Well, there's there's his Cash App if anybody wants to help him out. Psyop Bank. Maybe this is a psyop. You could be the psyop.
Yeah, I'm not understanding.
He's being cryptic. But yeah, you're welcome to come up if you want.
Yeah, the save a life thing kind of is what took me off guard, I guess.
Um, yes, I would care. I don't like when anybody does that. I think it's a tragedy every time. Um, Come up and talk, Apocalypse. It's easier to have a conversation. Let's see. I once decided. Wait, what? Oh, right, yeah. And another thing I do, I don't. It's hard for me to work harder because I will overwork things. It's hard for me to work harder than the leadership. So if I'm not gonna put all of my effort into making the company money if the leadership themselves are not even putting in that amount of effort to get the company to make money. So I kind of like pace unless they want to promote me. I don't mind showing them that I can put in the effort if there's a payoff for it down the road. But if they're not going to put as much effort as me, I'm going to pull back on my effort to try to match theirs. But then I
I've
usually end up just finding some other place at that point because
I've,
they're
I've
not at
definitely
the level of enthusiasm I am.
I've definitely seen exactly that because and this is something I learned from the military was if you're not spending, then your budget gets cut. And it works that way with employers and employees as far as like the facility that you're in. So if you've got full-time and part-time employees, you want your part-time employees that aren't getting benefits to come in and meet a quota, hustle, and get out because it saves on them. But you want your full-time employees so that way you can justify having them to meet their hours. So, like I said about me, it's like I'm a full-time employee. I have benefits and everything. Um, when I, if I get done in 5 hours and I leave, then then corporate questions the justification of having me as a full-time employee. You see what I mean?
Wait, say that last part again of how you
Because
justify it.
if if they're not meeting the expectations of a full-time employee, which is, I think they said the minimum is like 32 hours versus the 40. So yeah, you can cut an hour here or there, or 15 minutes here or there, or whatever, and get 35 plus. Yeah, I didn't get the 40, but my boss said I could leave early. There was nothing going on, yada yada yada. But if I could do my job in a week and cut it down to 25 hours, then they could eliminate my full-time position. I could still have my job and do what I do, but I would lose my insurance benefits. I would lose my bonuses. Um, I could lose my schedule, my guaranteed schedule, all that stuff. And honestly, uh, and just like the seasonal thing happens, they don't seem to care too much when I work a 13-hour day enough to even say thank you. But if I can do my entire job in 5 hours, it's like, hey man, you can't be leaving that early. And it's like, I know. And I also have to protect myself, and I have to protect my paycheck because my paycheck goes to my family. You know what I mean?
Yeah. As that paycheck is the thank you for as long as they're giving me that paycheck, that's all the thanks from I need. But
Yeah, and
does
I don't
does
need a
yours
pat
go
on
by
the back.
hours? Like I mean by sales? Like if they make a certain amount of money, then they have a certain amount of hours to staff with. And the more money they make, the more hours they get to staff. But if they're not making the money, then they cut the amount of hours they're able to allot to staff.
Yeah, so there's a fluctuation of how people spend their money. So, more people go grocery shopping on the weekends when like bankers' hours. When the banks are closed, the people who have work bankers' hours are doing their shopping. So sales are up on the weekends. So towards the end of the week, we get busier. Whereas earlier in the week, the middle of the week, when things are on sale, if it's our company that's on sale, we get more work to do. And even and you still have the highs and the lows, but they're all elevated by, you know, at 20%, let's say.
Um, well, Chucky, that comes with promotions. Like entry level usually doesn't get the salary positions. That's usually management. So you have to work your way up to that. But then it comes. I was talking with one of the managers the other day, and she said the pay is a lot better, but there's a lot more work and responsibility that comes with it. And like you take your work home with you. She wakes up at night thinking about work stuff. Did I do this report? I have to do this when I get to work. And hourly employees don't have to worry about that. So there's a trade off,
Yeah.
and some I'm not quite sure. I would want I know people that are salaried, and a lot of them almost have no life outside of work, even when they're at home. They're tied
Yeah.
to their email. They're tied to their device. They have to answer calls at all hours of the day.
Yeah. Imagine being that pretty person with the good personality that's smart and good at all the jobs that they've already done, and taking that supervisor role. Your first day as a supervisor, your phone's gonna be ringing. Like, let's say you have to be there, or the employees have to be there at 7. You're gonna get Your phone's gonna start blowing up with all the people that aren't showing up to work today, and then you're gonna have to start. seeing who you can wake up to get them to get fill-ins, or you're going to have to call people that are showing up to work to be boots on the ground and rearrange the structure of who's doing what. You know what I mean? Like the entire logistics change, and your phone will never stop going because you're still gonna have a boss that wants to talk to you at all hours of the day, and your employees are gonna fuck with you with excuses, and you're going to have to deal with the HR problems, and you're going to have to call people out for their failures. And there's going to be times when you have to be a fill in, and that means you're doing a labor job and doing the management all at the same time.
Yeah,
It could be insane to drive people crazy.
yeah. And I've never worked at that level, so I'm not sure I would even want that kind of life. I might be happy just being hourly for now. Because really, it's just a supplement for all the other work I'm trying to do. I'm not looking for a full-time career
Yeah,
doing this.
yeah. It
But
can
the
be,
opportunities are definitely out there for people that are. Like if you're kind of like looking for a path in life and you can make your peace with corporate America or the market or whatever, take an entry level job and work yourself up. It's part of the American dream.
yeah.
Well, is today a real Friday?
No, I'm working this weekend.
Oh, yeah, me too. It's just,
It's fair though. Yeah,
oh
but
no.
yeah, next week, hey, go ahead.
Oh, I was reading the chat. Well, if it's any consolation, I had a friend with, I think it was that. It might have been leukemia, and they were able to treat it. So don't despair yet. But I am sorry to hear. It's all in your attitude. It's all in how you look at it. I don't feel like a corporate slave because my bank account's doing this. From what I know of my history, slaves, bank accounts didn't do that. So I'm there selling my labor on the market for a price that I find fair and reasonable. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing it. And I'm getting something in return, and everybody's there to help each other make money.
Yeah,
So if you want to make money, there's these things called companies and corporations that are set up to help you do it. It's a whole group of people that are there trying to generate money for themselves.
yeah. Hey, and if you think about it, versus, the company that'll take just about anybody, and that's the military. Just know most jobs, like 90, I think that's one of the only jobs where you can really actually expect people to shoot at you. You know what I mean? Like if you're working retail, it'd be a freak experience to get robbed.
Oh yeah.
In my job, like it would have to be a crazy employee going postal for anybody to shoot at me. And it's like, well, for me, that's a plus. Like, hey, I don't have to fight anybody. I can use my words, but my job doesn't really require words. It just requires my body picking things up and putting them down.
Hey Gary Baxter. Um yeah, definitely Keep Apocalypse in your thoughts and your prayers. He's going through some stuff. Austin, I'm not sure what this means to make paper currency debt notes. You talking about money? It's all digital now anyway. I don't even see a paper paycheck at all. It's just numbers in my bank account.
right? And it's just numbers that I transfer where I need it to go. Like
Yeah, and then I send some numbers to the people I pay bills to, and they don't see any actual paper check either.
I send some numbers to the mortgage company. I send some numbers to the grocery store when they give me what I want
Yeah.
or what I need. I send some numbers to the gas station and they keeps my car fueled up. I send some numbers, you know. I could pull out some paper, but it would be green for green if you know what I mean.
Hey, Ricardo, welcome.
Yeah, welcome.
Hey Jeff, hi Untrackable.
Welcome.
So yeah, we're just talking about work. I was I've been out of work for a few years, but I'm I'm not unhappy not working. It doesn't make me feel guilty. But I just get bored, you know? And I would like something with a higher purpose, something something I actually know is gonna make the world a better place, you know? Like working with nature. Oh, you know, I want I'd like some kind of gardening job like park warden or
I was
something,
about to
park
say
ranger.
like apply to be a park ranger.
That would be awesome. And if there was any training to do, you know, I could do that as well.
Yeah, volunteering is an excellent way to lead to a job. I've gotten
Oh
jobs
yeah,
from
I've done
volunteering
plenty.
and to try out different jobs and see what you might want to do.
Very true. I've done plenty of volunteering work um, with the Parks Foundation and stuff. But yeah, I've got a lot of interests, so it's more a case of choosing a path and going with it rather than try and do too many things at once.
Apocalypse, don't isolate too much with your own thoughts. Try to be around people if you have if and build your support system. If you have friends, family, people to talk to reach out to when you need to, just stay connected with people right now.
I need to go
As
get a
many
drink.
as you can as many as you can find.
I'll be right back. All right.
Okay. Yeah, park rangers sounds fun. Even I remember we used to go camping a lot and they had people that they would hire like during the summer months to live in a little camper on the campsite up in the mountains, and they would just take the people's money as they'd come to pay to go camp or take the permits or so. They didn't have to do much, and they got to live out in the wilderness in this little camper and hike and do all kind of cool stuff and get paid for it.
Yeah, and then like the only downside of it that I can see is the chance that like I said, it's a more of a rarity that you actually have to deal with somebody cheating the system or violating, like somebody comes into the parkland and gets a bit rowdy or makes a mess, and then you gotta be the authority that tells them to clean up their stuff and get out. You know what I mean?
I probably do with that. I do it here. Yeah, it really would have to be someone that likes being out in nature. Otherwise, you might get bored. But I think they had TV and radio and all that in their little camper. It was a couple. I think it was a married couple that did it. But it's jobs that people hire for seasonally.
Yeah.
But if you like gardening, there's plenty of there's probably some nurseries you could work at or garden.
Yeah, I've had
percentage?
I mean, I've had office jobs in the past, one or two, and I always felt kind of hemmed in. If I was lucky enough to be by the window, you know, I'd be, I'd just be waiting to get outside and go hug a tree or something,
Oh,
sniff some flowers.
I can see you out there.
So it's nice to be on your panel again.
Yeah, you
You
too.
do
What's
so
it's late
many.
there, huh?
I fucking yeah. It's 25 past 11. It's not
Oh,
that
okay.
late,
Not too late.
but yeah, it's coming up to midnight. But you do so many panels like here and there. I missed some of them. I'm just like I didn't even know it was on. But I did get carried away sometimes in other places. So
I
yeah.
do it right now with my schedule. It's I do them when I can, so they're not consistent. Sometimes it's during the day, sometimes it's in the evening.
Mhm.
But I try to
Yeah.
do one a day at least.
I can always catch up anyway. So I often do. Just nice to listen to sometimes
Oh,
when you want a chill chill panel with little drama, minimal min, minimal drama.
we try. We try very hard. Probably like another hour and a half, maybe. I can probably, yeah, I could probably go another hour and a half, Puffy,
Mhm.
and then I'm gonna have to wind it down so I can make sure I get some quality sleep tonight. I didn't sleep well last night. I'm running on like 4 or 5 hours of sleep.
The kettle's just boiled. I'm gonna go and make myself another cup of coffee.
Oh, okay, that sounds good.
BRB.
Vegan can be expensive. I was a vegan for a few years, and getting all of the substitute unless you ate cheap. You could eat normal food, just the like cheap food. Just make sure it doesn't have animal products in it. But to
Hey,
really
big up
get
the
tasty
vegans.
food, you'd have to buy
Not
the
easy.
special healthy stuff, and that was expensive.
It's not easy being vegan, Jeff. Vegan food. A lot of vegan food's expensive, like you said.
Yeah.
So can you
Oh
be
yeah,
poor and
Puffy, you can
vegan?
come up. Sure.
Maybe. You don't have to buy all your food though, do you? I know quite a few places where I can get food for free at certain times.
Like food banks.
Yeah, but not just those, but it's more a case of shops recycling their food rather than just throwing it away to waste like they used to.
They give
So
it to people.
yeah, they give it to organizations who pick it up.
Oh,
They pick it
okay.
up or they deliver to wherever and they hoard it all together and then give it out to anyone sort of the next morning. So it's okay, as long as you don't expect too much. It's not always you don't always get anything or much at all, but um,
Yeah, I did some
sometimes.
volunteering at a food bank that received stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And how I spent my time was culling through the vegetables because, the moment they see mold on one thing, the grocery stores they get rid of it. And then, it comes to the donation points. But that one carrot or that one pepper or whatever it is that winds up growing the mold, um, I would sift through and use my knowledge and my discretion to separate things and then clean everything and then we would set it out for other people because they
Yeah,
I mean you think about 50 pounds of carrots and two carrots have mold on them.
mm,
um, it just
not
doesn't seem right to throw it all out. They're still good
good.
and then I would clean them and then people would come and pick.
T- Take
They
care, Mr.
often
B.
a
Wait,
place
so
I know.
would the grocery store take the moldy carrots out and throw them away before they give you the rest of the carrots, or they would give you the whole batch of carrots with the mold in it?
Mhm.
As soon as they saw mold, they would send the entire box.
They didn't even take the moldy ones out.
But see, that's the
Uh,
thing. That's a good thing for the food bank. Because the grocery store is going to write it off as a loss, as a non-sale. But then it's going to go to somebody that can't afford it, where the good stuff gets culled out. And volunteers like me are going to do the work to separate and clean and determine what's worth it and what's not.
Well, thank you for doing that. That's very commendable. I didn't know that you had done that kind of volunteer work.
one of the places I go to, they often have moldy bananas, or they're just way past the best.
You know,
But
a banana's not really ripe until it's brown.
you can always make banana bread and then just mash it up with the flour and stuff, and it
Yeah, and
doesn't
banana
really.
milk too, in the blender.
Yeah, I just this I just prefer. I don't like green bananas either. I'm a real perfectionist. I just like big, juicy yellow bananas, but they're hard to find.
And that's something to be said about food in general. It's like having come from a culinary background,
Uh-huh.
the perception. You have to call it by this special name according to the French, and it has to be at its prime. And you're taught, like you said, the perfect yellow banana, but
Yes.
it's it's still a banana. As like I said, as long as there's not bugs in it, and as long as there's not mold on it,
You'll eat
um,
it.
it could be the greenest of the green. It's still a banana. The
Yeah.
whole thing, the outside could be brown. That doesn't mean that it's bad inside. Banana skin's very thick.
Mm. The green ones don't. The green ones don't always turn yellow though. They sometimes just turn bad. I don't know.
Oh,
They get shriveled up.
do they?
Maybe,
Does
but
it make a
there's also you
difference if you
shouldn't put
leave them
with
on the tree?
bananas. You shouldn't put them in the fridge. It's not good to put them in the fridge.
Oh yeah, I
It,
don't know
it
anybody
makes
that.
them rot a lot quicker, and something to do with the skins, the way it reacts
Yeah.
to the
Well, I
cold.
mean, they are tropical. Fruits, vegetables,
Fruits.
tomatoes. Tomatoes,
Fruits.
kiwis, stuff like that.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
you buy them and
Pineapples.
you either eat them immediately or you put them in the bowl on the counter for a couple of days before you eat
Mm-hmm.
them. But
Yeah.
they come from the tropics. They were never meant to be cold. They didn't grow in the cold,
Mm-hmm.
and unless you process them and seal them very well, like avocados.
I was
Um,
just thinking avocados. Yeah.
yeah, you stir up some guacamole, and um,
Guacamole.
it will turn brown very quickly.
Mm.
It doesn't
Yeah.
make it bad, but
Yeah, you
it
have to
will
put the
change the
lemon juice in the
and if
guacamole to keep it
It's not as
green.
tasty. It's tastier when it's green.
right.
Austin, I my
Million
motivation
plus.
for living, I really like life. I appreciate more and more the older I get, and I like
Yeah.
people. And that's my reason to get up in the morning is to just continue to
I'm the
experience. So
same.
you have to find
I love
what keeps
life.
you going, like what inspires
I
you
love people.
and things to appreciate.
Joie de vivre.
Yeah, joie de vivre. And
Joie
sometimes
de
it's
vivre.
just the little things.
Mm. Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. The simple things in life.
And then also purpose, like if you have a particular purpose that you've discovered or a passion. Like I like doing streaming and mental health stuff and so that also gives me motivation to keep going.
More sugar in.
Hey, Panelverse, welcome. Alan, you too. I see you.
I even got given a big bag of sugar, like loads of sachets of Costa sugar,
Of what
brown
sugar?
sugar as well. My
Okay.
favourite kind.
What are you gonna do with all that sugar? You can make bananas Foster.
Hmm.
Oh, that'd be delicious.
Find some recipes. Yeah, get
I used to
inspired.
cook. I used to put sugar in a pan, plain sugar, and make caramel with it and take it to school in Ziploc bags. It makes like hard
Yeah.
caramel, brittle.
Oh, nice. Sounds good.
You just burn it. You just liquefy it, and then you let it harden. You pour it on like wax paper, and you let it harden, and you break
Mm.
it up into little pieces and eat
I
it.
quite like the idea of fried banana. Maybe fried in coconut oil. That'd be nice.
Try it.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I'm gonna later. Yeah, I'm inspired to. I'm inspired to try something new. Which is just the time of year, I think.
Yeah, I watched on panel this guy who's got he's a New York guy, but he's Dominican background, and he fried plantains, smashed them, and refried them, and
Mhm.
then ate that with scrambled eggs, and man, it looked delicious.
Nice. That sounds
Now I
good.
understand it.
Apocalypse, put your Cash
I
App
like eggs.
again in the chat, and and
That's hot, baby.
I want to talk one day too, like to find out your situation.
That's well
Cause
hot.
you work, don't you? You're one of the few people in the panelverse with a job.
Just, oh, somebody's actually got an actual job. No way.
Well, I have one
I
now,
don't believe
and
it.
Trax had one for a while. He's one of the workers.
Yeah, I've been working since I was 16 at something.
I know. We jest.
Yeah.
And the
No, I get it.
military keeps you working too. That's like full time.
Yeah, they
I've had
I
plenty of jobs in my life, but just nothing I really liked that much or could put up with after a while. It's the boredom, usually, the boredom factor. I need
yeah.
variety, and I didn't always get it. You
And
the
it's
jobs I
easy to
had.
find something out of necessity, but it seems more
Yeah.
difficult to find something out of passion. Like
Mm-hmm.
I have a
Or
passion for the outside world. I have a passion for my family. I have a passion for my life. I don't have a passion to even if I do like the job, I don't have a passion to show up at your building and do your bidding so I can have a paycheck so I can come home and live my passion.
mm-hmm.
But at some point, I decided to yield, and that is how I get to enjoy my passion of life, because my passion of life doesn't create revenue.
Well, I was
It
about to ask if you
it's
have a passion that you could turn into some kind of revenue. Like
Yeah, like
if
a
you could be doing whatever you want,
pastime.
what would your passion be?
oh god, um,
Might be
silence.
music. Mhm.
I would say being in silence and staring out at the
Mm.
sunrise in the ocean, but
Oh,
I don't live there anymore, so I couldn't even stream it if I wanted to.
You could be a monk, Tibetan monk, up in the mountains. or something.
Yeah, I don't think the fam would go for that. You know what I mean?
Right. I don't know if that could be turned
Your
into an
family might
income
miss you a
stream.
bit. You'd have to go away for probably 6 months at a time.
It would totally be survivable for me as long as I obeyed the
Okay.
rules. I could eat my oatmeal and pray and meditate and you know do all that stuff.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. But it wouldn't pay me like to a check that I could send back to my family. You know,
Mm,
like talk about the immigrants that come over and oh well, we don't like the immigrants. Yeah, go fuck all that. These guys come over here to work a job that they agreed to do, and they pick
mm,
the strawberries in our agriculture,
mm,
and the majority of them send the money, which is worth way much more than their money, right back home to their families, so their
mm.
families can grow and thrive, and their kids can be safe and all that stuff. It's
Yeah, that's
like,
fair enough. And you put it like that. You
but if I
deserve a
went to go be a monk, like,
chance,
yeah,
don't
I
you?
could have inner peace, but that'd be a whole paycheck out of my household.
Yeah, maybe later on sometime.
Yeah.
You never know what happens.
Oh yeah, that's
You never
true.
know what
Is
life's
are
going to
there
bring.
jobs that pay you to meditate?
Mm.
That's more
What are
of
they called?
a luxury. Like you could be a meditation teacher or something, but you have
Meditation
to be really
facilitator.
into it and really good at it.
Mm. Hey, do you know something I wouldn't mind training in and doing? Massa Massage therapist or masseur, as they used to
Yeah,
be
you
called.
could, I don't know what the UK is like, but in America they have those massage training programs everywhere.
Because you're actually helping someone alleviate their suffering and, you know, doing doing someone good rather than just trying to cheat money out of someone or making money from other people's money or whatever the fuck people in finance do. So yeah, I'd like that.
Yeah, I'll tell
Real
you like this. I
hands-on
I
approach.
my
Hands-on.
when my daughter's first day of first grade, um, me and my wife we both took the day off, and she scheduled a couples massage, and so I can
Oh,
say very much thank you to the masseuse for you know w- the massage. It
was
felt
it was it
amazing.
good?
I wish I could have that every day. But honestly, the last thing I want to do is one deal with people or two put my hands on anybody ever again. You know what I mean?
No. Mm.
Like
I fall
for a
asleep
job
during massages.
Yeah.
because just like there's Karens out there, there's certain bodies that like, hey, you paid for it and now I have to touch you. But you have your own reservations about things as well, and
Days though.
and you
There's like Reiki. Reiki is hand. There's no hands-on healing there. It's all. There's no touch at all. It's all done with energy. So it's like, yeah, and crystals as well.
yeah.
Crystals is important to Reiki, but I believe in that. I haven't practiced it, but I've seen some really good YouTube channels about it. One guy's in Australia, I think he comes from, and yeah, it's pretty powerful stuff. But all kinds of healing really can be can be so good. I believe in music therapy. That's my favorite one. It's like when I'm feeling down, I just listen to some couple of decent rock music tracks or something, and I feel
Oh,
better.
Gary. Yeah, I believe in music. Like music's got me through a lot too. I went to a music therapist actually when I was younger. I don't remember what we did. I do remember when my cat was dying. She sat at the piano with me and she played this sad music to help me cry and let me sit there and like get the emotions out. Or we thought the cat was dying. It turned out to be okay. But
I'm back. And he's back. Whoa.
then he ended up dying a few years later. I don't know what this song was. It was I think it was her own. She just sat at the piano and started playing. I don't even know if it was
You know that
it,
song?
but it
Oh,
kind of sounded like George Winston. He has a lot of sad music, piano music.
Jeff, you know that song All Star by Smash Mouth? That's
Yeah,
one of my favorites.
they were on the Surreal Life. The guy from Smash Mouth.
Always cheers me up when I hear it. Kind of puts things in perspective. I like songs that like look at the bigger picture of life and what it's, what it could
For
be
some
about.
reason, like groups like The Cure used to help me through by like it was the depressing music that helped
Yeah,
me through that because it gave it a I don't know it gave it a validity
the
that
emo stuff. You into emo
well
music? Would you say?
emo came later. That was like a generation or two later, but I guess our version of that was all the goth stuff. The Cure, This Mortal
Hmm.
Coil.
I like some of that stuff. It did appeal to me. The not the the sadness so much, but the I don't know, like the haunting nature of the music and the lyrics. It's just it was good. Yeah,
It kind of like gave your emotions a it put a substance to your own emotions where you
yeah,
could externalize them a little bit through the
yeah.
music.
Very emotional. I quite like it sometimes. I used to listen to a lot of
Yeah, me
indie,
and my friends
British
would
indie rock.
sit around all the time and listen to all that sad music together and just bond and feel like just the act and idea of other people experiencing those same emotions with you was kind of supportive.
Yeah, yeah, for
Yes,
sure.
I did. Susie, oh my God. She was my like I didn't realize it as a teenager, but she was like my original introduction to Satanism because she had all kind of satanic imagery. She's like the satanic goddess. And I was a big Susie fan. She was kind of my
Susie and
gateway
the
into goth, and she was one
Banshees.
of the first goth bands. She's one of the bands that actually inspired The Cure. They were trying to sound more like Susie and them.
Hmm. And also, did any other Susie ever spell her name like that way?
I want to say no, but I think I saw something recently
Because it looks like
where there
like an
was some other
melding of
Susie trying to use
like
it. Yeah, Bauhaus, Joy Division, um,
looks like a melding of
The Cure,
a Red
even
Indian,
early Simple Minds was
American
gothic-y.
Indian Sioux tribe,
And
right?
Gary, if you haven't heard her solo album that she did back in like 2005 or 6, it's some
Susie
of her
Sioux.
best work. It's absolutely fantastic. It's just her. She teamed up with producers and random musicians, and
Mm,
it's fantastic.
Jeff,
good old
I
Kate
even think
Bass.
I even think that that's kind of and a little bit humorous in a comparison sense that that you went through a goth phase and you know became a you are what you are, but to be a gay man you went through was it like the all black and now you're a Satanist and stuff like that when like at the same age that my sister went through the all black everything eyeshadow paint the light bulbs, darkness everywhere phase. When I reached that age where she did that, I was wearing banana yellow t-shirts. I was wearing bright red. I wanted colorful shoes. I I had a banana yellow members only jacket.
Oh my God.
Um,
Cool.
all that stuff. Like I was the most colorful person you would ever see, and you know, and then I just wound up wearing green all the time. You know what I'm saying?
What
From yellow to
time
green.
period is this? Was this like in the rave period? Because I know a lot of people were doing the happy colors in the 90s.
Yeah. No, it was just uh, I never wanted to wear like a white or a black T-shirt. Like it has to be purple. It has to be green. It has to be yellow. It has to be red.
Oh,
Mm.
Like something's got to pop with it. Like
Mm.
I never wanted to be muted. But again, I've never felt, especially as a kid, I've gone through some depression times, but I've never
Me
really
too.
been a depressed person. You know what I mean?
Mm.
I've never really gone into a culture of depression like that. I've definitely had some things that have brought me down, but as far as how I express it, no, it never changed the way I dress. Um, and now, having gone through the things that I've gone through, again, I consider myself a company man. I almost don't wear anything um, that I haven't gotten from work along the way. Like I still
oh,
wear my old grocery store polos from from back in the day. It's like, hey, it still fits. It's a polo shirt. I can go golf in this. Like it doesn't have to say Nike. It doesn't have to say Titleist. It says Lowe's Foods. You know what I'm saying?
oh. You talking about you wear them like outside of work?
Oh yeah. I only wear
Hey,
special
Mike.
stuff for special
Hey,
occasions.
buddy.
Yeah, welcome. Good to see
Hey,
you.
Mike, what's up?
What's up? What's going on?
Hanging out, having a good time. Happy Friday, Mike.
Hey, man. Yeah, it's Fun Day Friday, right? Fun Day Friday, is that what
Fun
it
day
is?
Friday. Yeah, kind of depressing fun day.
What's
Fun day.
repressing you? What's going
It's
on?
I
What's
don't know.
going
We're
Friday.
on?
just
I'm
talking
in
about
love.
depressing stuff, like what gets you through depressing times, and talking
Sure.
about depressing
That's what
music
emo's
and
all about. It's
being
like
a goth and the Cure and stuff like that.
it like goes back
I
to
could say
like when
this.
you were a lonely teenager, right? Like
Yeah,
you just most
emo
people
shit.
can identify with just being completely having no friends or no one that really identifies with the particular way that you feel about your life and whatever. And you just start finding all this really um emotional music that yeah does it does go into some pretty deep and dark places sometimes, but that's just that's half the fun of it for me, and all
I
the
guess it's how it's
image
how
of
you
it.
perceive it. It's how you perceive it. You could take it to be a positive or a negative. It depends on how you kind of adapt to that, what the message that's coming out to you. But music does speak to people. It does speak to people. But you're right. Music does really kind of guide you through good and bad times. Good and bad times. And I went through depression in my teen years and my teenage years. And then once I started getting leaner and bigger and started playing sports and
Mm.
becoming very popular, I gained more confidence in myself. I got confidence within myself. But I think that, yes, it's great to have great food or music or things like that, or even good friends. But I think, and I'm speaking for myself. I think the only person that can heal you is yourself. You have to heal
Mhm.
yourself. You have to kind of reinvent yourself.
Yes, indeed. There has to come a time
Mhm.
in your life where you got to start again. You got to reset.
That's it. My
Yeah,
my biggest thing was, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, like me talking about the colors that I was wearing, and everything had to pop when I was back in middle school and high school. Um, I feel like I was depressed because I I wasn't getting any attention, so I had to show out somehow. But then,
Mhm.
like you said, you go through that moment of growing and
Yeah.
confidence, and I did that in my early 20s, and I wound up maybe getting too much attention, and that narrowed me down to the gray man. So it's like, hey, I know what no attention feels like, and I also now know what too much attention feels like. And so
Even
I,
one. Mhm.
yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
No, let Trek finish. Go ahead.
Well, no, I think that was about it.
I think the biggest thing is that we how do I'm going to be really nothing. What I'm saying is about me. I'm saying in general. I'm talking about generalities, but people are in pain, right? People are in pain, and they're going through a lot of strife in their life. And what I'm noticing, this is what I'm noticing, gentlemen. Tell me if I'm wrong. Other people pick up on that, almost like blood in the water, where a
Oh
shark can
yeah.
smell blood.
Uh-huh.
What? Because shark can smell blood. What? 60 miles away? Like a shark knows when someone's bleeding. In the water. And what I've noticed is humanity is getting worse and worse. And a lot of people on these social media sites, they wait to see somebody in any kind of peril whatsoever, right? But instead of coming to their rescue, they come to their demise. And that's what I'm trying to figure out. I'll give you an example. Someone was speaking on your panel a couple of days ago, right? And they were in peril. And all of us came together. Hey, listen, we love you, man. We want the best. That's friends. That's what friends do. But these other people, they'll just
Yeah.
attack you like piranhas. Does that make sense, gentlemen?
Yes.
I just stay away from those kinds of people.
Yeah,
I
same here.
instantly kind of detect
Well,
them.
Ricardo, yes. But if you travel around different places, they follow you to
Yeah, but you're
harass you.
famous. You're famous though, so you've kind of
I know.
developed gained a reputation for yourself that I think a lot of people just would love to be you. You know, to have what you have and live the kind of life that you've lived. Because it sounds pretty good, but they can't, so they try and destroy you or
They
whatever,
try
and
to
it's
live
it's
through
just
you.
pathetic. It's sad.
It is, and Ricardo, thank you. Dude, from the bottom of my heart, thank you, because today there's multiple channels that are promoting Jeff's channel, which I love that they're promoting Jeff. I love it,
Oh, great.
but they're making fun of us. But they're
Gives them more
still
publicity then.
That's because they
promoting
don't have
it.
their own content.
That's it.
More
I don't mind
publicity
Well,
for
being
you,
other
Jeff.
people's content.
I've learned a lot. Untrackable is one of my spirit animals. Jeff keeps me grounded. Ricardo, I
Yeah,
really appreciate that because I
cool, man.
look to
No
my
worries.
friends to kind of help me through all this craziness. So thank you, gentlemen. Thank you. And
I've
I
never
mean
had
that. I am not.
Mike. Mike, I've never had a reason to be against you. I heard the rumors first before I got to know you, but then the more I saw you, the more I thought, that this Mike he's a really good guy, and
Yeah, a lot of people
these
can
trolls are
form their
just
own judgments.
stupid.
They're
Yeah,
not gonna
They're just
just
up
go
their own
along with the
asses.
pack.
So
it's silly. And I'm
yeah,
mad that
no worries. Do what you do.
Kazoom doesn't come up here. Kazoom is another guy, Jeff, in the same community
He's
that
been
you're
up
in.
once or twice, but I don't
Yeah,
see him often at all
I
anymore.
heard he
awesome,
died.
awesome guy. No, he's still
I don't
around.
know if
He's
it's
still
true.
around.
Okay,
No, he's still around.
Yeah,
he's not.
Kizzume,
Kazoom,
Kazoom.
Kazoom.
I know.
He's a
I
voice.
used to see him around on flows. flow states sometimes, but I don't know.
People are. So
Long time
Ricardo,
ago.
real quick, I'll be very generalization. People are starting to shy away from certain channels because certain channels, like Jeff said, they're running out of content, so they're kind of interturning on each other. So like
Right.
Jeff likes to stay, and I'm not speaking for Jeff, but I think Jeff likes to stay away from that drama. He doesn't
I
like getting
do. I don't even
involved
want
and
to
all
talk
that.
about it now.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
like the
yeah.
conversation we were having.
Sure.
What were we talking
But
about
rolling
then? What
back,
was the last interesting thing
you're
we
good.
were talking about, Jeff? I can't remember.
We'll roll back. But I just think it's very healthy for people to come up and compliment each other. Just simple compliment is what we miss in life. Just
Well,
simple
let's
kind
get
of
okay.
track, man.
Let's do that. We'll give each
Yeah,
other some compliments.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
let me think of some.
Uh, I'll go first,
Okay.
and this is for you, Mike. I am thankful for the life that you have lived because you have expressed it through your stories. You come before me, and you have seen things that I haven't seen. So I wouldn't know that your perspective exists without you. So thank you.
Wow.
Appreciate it.
That's
And
at a high
Attractable
bar.
coming back at you. I appreciate your military service. Thank you, sir. I salute you for your military service. No matter what you did, you still served our country respectfully. So I appreciate that. Also, you're a hell of a good dad and a husband, and I give you my respect. And I'm telling you straight up, I give you my respect because Untrackable, you were a better husband than I ever was, and I envy you, man. I envy you. Ricardo, I don't know you very well, but you have a great positive energy. You seem like you're
Thank you, man.
always trying to lift people other than push them down. And that
I
is
do
something
try.
that cannot be bought or purchased anywhere. Jeff, you bring people together that would
Thank
never
you, man.
speak to each other off of this panelverse. And we all talk, we respect each other, we may fight sometimes. By the end of the day, we humble each other because of our host, Jeff. That's it. That's
I
my
wish
that's
somebody
my
would
2
humble
cents.
me. I struggle with that. Um, Ricardo, I love your lion. That's the first thing that stands out. It was cute.
Thanks. Yeah, I kind of I bought. I haven't given it a name yet, but
I was
I
about to
bought it.
ask if he had a name.
No, Leo maybe. That's a bit obvious, isn't it? Leo the lion. I
Mhm.
bought it for my ex, but
Oh,
my ex-girlfriend, but
the one that
she
the.
she didn't want it. She said keep it.
Wait,
So
what? You gave her a
mhm.
cute little stuffed animal and she said keep it?
Yeah, she thought it
Leo's
was a bit.
Well,
It was a bit.
you did say
It
she
was
was an
more. It
ex.
was more suitable for something a teenager and
Uh, All she has to do is say thank you and then stick it in a closet or like what you don't even have to know what she does with it, but she could at least accept it and thank you. It's the thought behind it.
well, Leos are complicated. The Leos are very complicated. They can be
Yes,
very
they are.
alpha or they can be very
You're
submissive.
Leo?
Like I'm of course, Jeff,
Yeah,
how
it's
can you even
shown.
ask me that
Yes. It's
question? But I know sometimes when to submit. It's very, very hard for a Leo to submit. That is our biggest issue is to submit and stop talking and shut up. That's our biggest problem.
yeah, one of y'all are always like wanting the spotlight. You always want to be center stage.
It's true.
Every Leo I know.
Hmm.
Very, very big personalities, very dramatic. Look at me, look at me, look at me.
Don't blame me, Jeff. Blame the stars. Don't blame
Blame the
me. It's the
star. Blame it on
stars,
the
man.
stars.
Yeah, blame it on the stars. And Jeff, my son's a Cancer, and he's the polar opposite. The sweetest, most understanding, soft spoken person you've ever met. But he's a big guy and he will fight. But his initial energy is different, much more timid, much more relaxed when you first meet him. But he can turn it up. but I wish that I could be more like him. I envy someone's more relaxed energy. I have no problem saying that. I'm high strung. It is what it is. That's
You're
just the way that I
agmatic.
was. It's the way I was born. It's the way I was born. You
Yeah.
know.
It's,
So
Yeah, I'm
I
back.
have
Got
to.
beer there.
I
Yeah.
think you're doing okay with what you have.
Mm-hmm.
I roll with it. But I tell you this, Jeff, when I worked in sales for all those years, I could close anybody. I can close them because I figure out exactly what to say at a certain point in time. It could be trickery, it could be foolery, but Leos kind of know and could read the room, kind of. But at the same token, we have an open, bleeding heart, and we get abused because we're so open. We're not Leos are not stoic. Jeff, you have to admit, don't lie. Leos are not stoic.
No, I'm
They wear
not.
their
That'd be a hard
yeah,
line
You're
to
certainly
pass
very
off.
generous with your words, Mike.
yeah,
If
they
not your
wear their
opinions,
heart on their sleeve. But I'm telling let me tell you
your
this.
feelings.
I'm gonna tell you this, gentlemen.
Yeah,
If a Leo loves you, he will die for you. And that's the
yeah,
truth. If he
yeah.
loves you, or she,
Sure.
but if they love you, they'll go to the ends of
Yes,
the
or
earth.
they them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the Leo's love.
they
The
them
Leo's
him
love.
shim.
The Leo's
Yeah,
love burns like the sun, like the sun.
they will
That's
fight for
hot.
you. They will.
Very hot. Hot
Leos
stuff.
are Leos are
Yeah.
not good at deception. They're not. Leos are not good at deception, but they're
Hmm.
really good at protection. That's the
Yeah, yeah,
difference. That's why they're the lion. You know. So
definitely.
yeah. But Ricardo, I really appreciate your kind words. And Trackable, thank you, brother. I really
No
appreciate your
worries.
kind words.
No
And
problem, Mike.
Untrackable and I would probably say in my YouTube experience, because even me and Jeff had a couple arguments, so to speak, but never like bad words, never bad words, but like, a little bit of like tiff back and forth. But I don't
Mm-hmm.
think me and Untrackable have ever had a bad word to each other. So thank you. I appreciate you. I really
Same here.
appreciate
Yeah.
you. Yeah, really
So you
appreciate you.
got
You
your
have a great,
horns back on, Jeff.
yeah, he does. That's
Nice
it.
one.
Yeah. The horns are
Back to
back.
the old days.
Yeah.
I
Back to the
tried to
horny
go
days.
on, I tried to
Back
go
in
on
autumn.
Rat Bloods. I tried to go on Rat Bloods, and my audio was messing up. I was trying to give them a little bit of like fun and stuff. My
Oh.
audio was
Did
messed
you
up. So
try
yeah,
like coming off and coming back on? Sometimes that
I did.
helps.
I think
You
it
too,
was. I think
Lou.
it.
It's always good to see
Yeah,
you.
but I was on CTs, and then I was on CTs for
When are
hours.
we doing our thing? This work schedule of mine, it's really hard to plan things, and I keep
Oh,
forgetting we have to go panel hop. I'm off Monday and
I know.
Tuesday.
I went on Messi's. I went on Messy Sweet Spots, and then I went on CTs. The one I went on CT had like 10,000 views on that. He
Oh
gets
Lord.
tons of views, tons of views.
Not people watching at this all at the same time, right? Because
At
there's
the
the
end
view
of the
count
stream,
of the amount of
yeah,
people that have watched the video, but then there's the people watching at any given time, the
yeah.
viewers.
At the time of stream, 2 to 3,000, 2 to 3,000.
Wow, that's ridiculous. You can't
Because
even
yeah, and
chat.
then oh, the chat is lit, and I'm the chat general, so I'm always popping jokes and stuff like that. But um,
Are you
you
talking?
got to go ahead.
Are you talking about
Generalissimo.
chaotic truth?
Yeah.
Yeah, CTs. Yeah, CTs.
Okay. Yeah, I've been over there. It's I think it's a good channel.
Fantastic.
Yes, you have, Alan.
Fantastic.
We've chatted in Discord and uh,
Yeah.
yeah.
But see, the thing is that when you go to different, so that is not a drama community. It's like a conversational community. So you have to
But
be able to
isn't it
kind of
like about race and racism
um
and
race, politics, family matters. He changes the topic nightly. He changes it nightly. He talks about
well, let's
we
see.
have
I'm gonna see what his last video was. Let's
well,
see.
it might be he puts them on members only after the initial stream. So he puts
We
all
gotta start
members
doing some
only.
members only stream when I get enough people.
Yeah. Dude, he makes a fortune. I was on today for like a couple hours. I
He
think
only
he got
has
like 3 or 4.
11,000. He's on now The Wealth Gap. Hard work or
Yeah,
historical oppression. It's not
yeah.
oppression. Oh my God, I hate.
And
Don't get me see.
and a ton of
If I go on his
time.
panel, I'm gonna end up fighting. I'm already
Don't do it,
irritated.
man.
That's just the title.
Don't
Oh
do
wow,
it.
tomfoolery is on there, and Chris Lestrange.
Well, it's
Mm.
He's
interesting when
cool.
you bring up that channel and the topics involved because he himself is a conservative,
Yeah.
but he
Yeah,
brings on people to argue these points because
sure.
he sees it both as a conservative and as a black man in the stuff that he hears. So that's when the race comes involved and people will come up and call him names
Hmm.
and argue their points, but he stays more conservative rather than identity politics. You know what I mean?
What's
Sure.
an FBA? I keep seeing that in the titles.
The Foundational Black American.
What is
Yeah,
that?
that's what's. I guess it's a black man that's foundational in Americans' values.
Unless I'm
I don't
looking
know.
up
I'm not black. I
foundational
don't know. You
black.
know.
These are the
Yeah,
new
yeah,
identity groups for this season. Let's see.
yeah.
The
From what I've
descendants
gathered,
of black individuals who were so it's the descendants of slavery. They can trace their lineage back to they used to be called ADOS, American Descendants of Slavery, and now I guess they're called FBAs. Lord,
CT
this
and
is as bad
CT.
as the woke.
Yeah. And
yeah,
CT loves Italians. He loves Italian people, and it's like it's funny. Me and other people go up, and he's like, it's just funny. We get kind of got carte blanche a little bit, but no. CT went off other day. He went off on a guy who comes up that does gematria, which is like the fake
Oh
numbers
yeah,
that.
is it the same one that
Yeah.
Zach somebody that Andrew
Oh,
Wilson? He reminded me of Smith. He was. I saw him with Andrew Wilson, and he would never get to the point.
dude, the people kept
He kept
thinking I
rattling
was
off
him.
numbers and
They
names.
kept thinking I was him. Like, why you got Zach up here? Because we look alike. He's like,
He's like half your age.
yeah, but they thought it was me. I was like,
Zach
it's not
Hubbard.
me. Yeah, yeah. They thought it was me. Get
Oh
Zach
my
out of here. I'm
God.
like,
These are
CT,
morons. I don't know if I belong
yeah.
there.
CT's like, that's not Zach, bro. That's Cerrone. That's not him. And they're like, oh, my bad. Yeah, they're like joking on me. And I'm like, that's not me, dude. Like, what the fuck?
You're getting
Yeah.
mistaken for Gematria guy.
I get mistaken for a 35-year-old. That's awesome. That's a
Take
good
care,
compliment.
TA.
Yeah. Brown's boy. That is so funny. But yeah, it's something else. Yeah.
I thought I was 666 in Gematria. I used to have Crowley's. Aleister Crowley wrote a book called 777 that
Yeah.
was full of I don't know, it was full of number stuff.
sounds really
It's
lucky.
funny. Yeah, it's funny because I'm getting a lot of flack for being your friend, Jeff, because, oh, Mike says he's a super Christian, he's Catholic, and
On
why is he friends
Chaotic
with...
Truths.
Yeah. No, like just everywhere, like other channels. Why is he friends with a Satanist? Well, you're allowed to be friends with anyone you want to be friends with. You know, you're gonna dictate who I'm friends with? So it's just funny to me. Then they were laughing. They were laughing because I was smiling. I can't smile. Like,
I think they call that contagious laughter.
yeah. It is
Just
unbelievable.
a smile.
Oh, I'm like,
Bad
okay.
not to smile. You know
Infectious.
those people that never smile? And they've just
I
got a
used to not. I
permanent
used to be one
frown
of those
etched on
people.
their face.
They hate
And
it.
it's just
It's funny because I'm a
no
master
good.
of catching the can slips, Ricardo. I'm a master of catching the can slips, and I don't
The
record
catching
them,
the
but
what?
the
Cam
cam
slips.
slips. When people
What
will
the hell's
cam
that?
slip,
Slips.
people that will. So Jeff, people that will never cam up, but they'll cam slip by accident. Their cam will come on for a couple seconds,
Oh.
by
Oh, yeah.
accident. But Jeff, you see them, and they look like a fucking rhino. They look like shit.
Stop.
Jeff, I'm telling you, anybody who doesn't cam up, there's a reason. There's a reason why they don't. And There's two
They're really
excuses.
ugly.
Oh, I have a really great job, and you find out that they work for freaking Farm Fresh or a freaking supermarket, and then you find out that they're 400 pounds. And that's why they don't cam up.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, Alan, you passed.
Leo always comes up.
Yeah.
He doesn't mind.
But people, there's many reasons people might not camp. I don't know. I don't always get judgy about it.
You there?
Did you caught Dennis in it? Does he look like what's his face? What's his profile picture?
Are you there?
Yeah, can you hear us? Grizzly
Yeah.
Adams or Vincent D'Onofrio?
But yeah, I can
can
hear
see
you.
that.
But the cam slips are epic, bro. Epic. And these women, they use the filters to make their face look different. I mean,
Oh
and
yeah,
some
yeah.
Well, yeah,
guys.
people want to put their best image forward on
It's
here.
fake.
We have
Okay,
the
Fake,
this is
isn't it?
technology
me.
to do it.
They
This
do
is
it out of
me.
fear.
This is what I look like. I look.
They're doing it for
Yeah,
the wrong reason.
but there are women that
Track
put.
is glowing.
Yeah, these women that put these filters up and they look like they're 30-something years old and they look like Jabba the Slut. That's what they look like in real life. And it's just like, but hear me
Where's that
out.
light
Then they
coming
make,
from? It's like
but
angelic
they,
light from the heavens.
Yeah.
right? But,
Oh,
but
untrackable.
Aliens.
He's an angel. He's a
but
living angel.
the big thing is they make fun of other people's looks and they look like shit. The people that they're
Sure.
making fun of look 10 times better than them, but they make fun of other people's looks. That's what blows my mind. It's like
Yeah, but tell us right here, because you do it to them. Like I've heard you do it too. So
well, Tella
we're
is
back
fat.
at circular trolling.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
Tella,
you shouldn't feed.
yeah.
You shouldn't feed the trolls.
Yeah.
They'll only come back for more.
Yeah, but Tella is fat though. She's extremely obese. So if
I
I'm
like playing-
wrong,
Well,
I
you
like
told
playing
me
with the
she
trolls
what we had.
sometimes.
Hang
It's
on,
fun,
you.
but it's dangerous.
I don't want to go down this road, but I do want to
Gets me
clear
into
up this
trouble.
one little piece of gaslighting. Because the other day I said that, and you're like, "No, that's a guy. That's AA's husband or something."
there's sock accounts, so you have to be careful who the right
Well,
one
how do
is
you
and
know
whose
which one's
sock
the old
account
fat
is.
woman and which one's the gay guy from Australia? If they look
way
identical.
The way they type.
Oh my
Their
God,
diction.
that's way too.
Yeah.
That's you're in it at a level way beyond I
Yeah,
want to even
their
know.
diction tells you. Yeah,
Okay.
but the original Tella types differently and is an older
Well, I
lady.
like, but I can't tell one from the other, and I like both of them when they show up. They're
Hey,
always
listen,
cool
have fun.
here. So
Have fun. Well, they're cool with you here and then shit on you in other panels. But hey, listen, Jeff, that's your thing.
I can
But
only
I
go by what I
never-
see here.
Yeah, I never dictate anything, but I'm just here to have a good time, good conversation.
Me too.
Elena's
so-
want to know if you're
Me
bald.
too.
I'm not
Let's
bald.
have a good time.
I am not bald. I'm not. And there's a picture of me with my hat off because I won't take it off because what happens is if I take it,
your hair's growing out again too.
I took my hat off. See, I took my hat. I have a hairline. I took my hat off, and they altered it and made it all weird. And then they puff your face up. So if you show something, they're going to alter it. But no, there's a picture of me in the shower that people use as their avatar, where you could see my hair.
Well,
So,
I want to
yeah.
talk about us because we were like giving each
Yeah,
other
no, I'm just-
compliments and talking about. I don't care about the
Just-
trolls. So
Well,
Just
let
answering
me,
Screw the
Yeah.
trolls.
if I could lighten the mood, I do have a little bit of a joke. It's a very clean joke, and I don't know if it's original or not, but I was thinking about it. It's a knock knock joke. So knock knock.
Who's there?
Who's there? Who's there?
Well, I was expecting the doors.
The door? The
I was
doors?
expecting the doors. Or like Jim Morrison in his
inspecting the
band.
doors. I don't get
You
it.
get it? You're knocking, so he's inspecting the doors because you're knocking on the door. You get it?
Thing is, who's there? You know, and the who, and so I was expecting the doors.
No, that's
I
funny
think
anyway.
I kind
get
of
what
sort
you-
of get it, and I'm groaning
It's
over
not
it.
funnier when you explain it.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay.
I gotta
Makes
get
sense
with
to
you.
me.
I got to get with you backstage, Jeff, and talk about a few things with you because there's a lot of people that come up here and they really are crapping on you. But I'll talk to you about that later on. Later
That's
on. Yeah.
that's
It's
them and their conscience.
it's
Hurt
pretty
no
bad.
mind.
Like I don't know the point of coming over here and pretending to be my friend and go and talk bad about me on other channels when it's all out in the open. Like anybody, it's easy to get caught that way. So I don't know why many people would take that risk.
Yeah. It's open. It's open.
I
I guess
take
easy.
people at their word,
Yeah. It's like
especially the panelverse because it's so public.
someone was saying, why is Jeff and Mike friends?
But
Because
I want to redirect the conversation
yeah,
back on our original
sure.
topics because I really don't care about these trolls at all.
No problem. No problem. What do you think? Do you think anything is going to come out of all of this stuff about the pyramids? I mean, if you don't want to talk about that, that's fine. But it's
Well, I'm
interesting to see.
confused because when the story first broke, it seemed like this scientific discovery, and now when I go back and look for it, it's like maybe they found something. We're not sure what's under the pyramid, so I'm not sure what the story even is anymore.
They're saying that
Like
there
every
are.
time I Google it, I get a different version of the pyramid story.
I think that there's what they're allegedly saying is that there's multiple levels of building under there, and there's coils, and there's all kinds of power reserves. So, like I said, none of this has come out yet officially. It's
Well,
all
then it's not
alleged.
a story. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna read you some headlines. Underground City, fact or fiction? So that's not something concrete. Um, Scientists make huge revelation after ancient Egypt's underground city is labeled fake news.
It's all alleged.
Mystery city found underneath Egypt's pyramids, stretching 6,500 feet below surface in shock discovery. So did they make? Is there a discovery or is it fake news? I don't even know if this is a real story or not. But it seems like it would be easy to verify.
You gotta roll
So the
with it.
story itself is the story right now.
Mhm.
Yeah,
There's
definitely.
advanced technology under the pyramids.
Mesa story.
I'll be back, gentlemen. Give me 2 minutes. I have to use the restroom. I'll be back.
All right.
Cool. I like it. Mike never uses an avatar. He's just so old school like
Just
that.
the M.
Yeah,
The blue M&M.
pretty cool.
Aren't M&M's lowercase? I don't even remember.
I've got plenty I use.
Let me look at
Hey,
it.
I think they are, yeah.
I tell you what, the price
Yeah.
of chocolate's gone so high. I have to stay away
Mm.
from it. It's like twice as much as it
Oh,
was.
even M&M's?
Chocolate is expensive now. I
No,
went
I
to go
love
buy
chocolate, man.
M&M's.
I
I do
can't
this
live
thing.
without chocolate.
I do this thing where on Fridays, on my way home, I'll stop, I'll get gas, and for the next week, and buy my beer and my cigarettes. But on
Hmm.
Fridays, I'll pick up candy for my daughter, and I try to mix it up.
Hmm.
And it's like the gummies and all that stuff. It's like okay, $2.39 for a bag of this, but it's like
Hmm.
$3 for a short Snickers bar. And I'm like,
What? That's like movie theater prices.
Yeah, right.
it's the fact that it's chocolate. Like I don't know if it's the milk. I don't know what it is, but chocolate is the most expensive candy, like per ounce. You know what I'm saying? Like I could get a big bag of the sour sugary stuff for the price of a short Snickers bar. And it's
Mm.
like, well, I want her to be able to enjoy it and maybe have it for a couple of days. Nobody enjoys a Snickers bar for 2 days, 3 days. You know what I mean?
No, it's gone in about half an
No, I
hour.
mean we used to eat. We didn't save any of our candy. Like it was small enough. It was
Num
the
num num num
portions were
num.
small enough where you ate whatever candy you bought when you bought it.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Maybe save a bit for your friend.
No, I never. Everyone had their own. I
What,
was the
your
kid
last
without the
you
candy.
wouldn't
All
give your
my friends had the
friend your last
candy. I was the
your
one
best
without the
friend your
candy
last
usually.
Rolo? Come on. Are you saying you wouldn't give your
Rolo.
best friend, your best mate, your last Rolo?
I
Of
remember
course you would.
Rolo. Hey, Hebrew.
You're a
What's up?
monster.
And trust me,
Animals.
I'm a bit of a candy freak. So yeah, I never really saved
Yeah.
anything, but if somebody was there and I got a bag of something, I'd be like, hey,
What are
you
those
want some Skittles?
jelly
You
ones?
want
I don't
some
want to be advertising, but
But if I got a Snickers bar, I'm not breaking it in half and giving you half. And unless you like really want it enough to ask for it, but I'm not going to offer up half of my Snickers bar. I'm going to open the Snickers bar. I'm going to
what if
shove
they
it in
offer
my
you
mouth.
what if they offer you like $1?
For a
Oh
Would you
no,
like
I
taste?
bar?
Would you give it no
and
for $1?
again,
No.
just like with candy, I'm
50
kind of
cents.
the same way with my cigarettes. Like I don't go around offering people cigarettes, right? Even if I
No,
know
no,
that
no,
it's
no.
like, hey, do you want one?
You don't
But
want to
if
get
somebody
you
comes
don't
to
want to
me
get a
and be
reputation
but I get this at work all the time, and
being that guy.
especially with the new guys that don't know me, and maybe
Mm.
they want a cigarette. They'll come to me and they'll have $1 in their hand and be like, "Hey, man, I'll give you $1 for a cigarette," and it's like, "No, man, keep, please keep your dollar. You're new here, and you might not be here next week. Just have a cigarette."
Just have one.
I would
Just
usually I
take
would
one.
give a cigarette,
Yeah.
but if they're gonna give me $1 for it, I'll take $1. Take care, Mr.
Mm.
B. We're just talking about candy right now.
I get that with homeless people sometimes. They're just desperate enough that they'll offer money for a cigarette, and because they know they probably wouldn't, they might not get one otherwise if they just ask for one. But you can't give everyone one. It'd be nice, but like I was saying, you don't want to get a reputation as that guy who's always giving out stuff, because that'll get you more people asking you constantly for stuff, and that's annoying.
And
So
especially at
Oh,
work,
right, yeah.
I'm a bit of an
counterproductive,
accountant.
even.
I'm not like a financial accountant, but I'm more of a personal resource accountant. So
Mm.
I manage my
Mhm.
time. I manage how
Okay.
much water I drink a day. I manage my own finances. And so when I
Yeah.
have a pack of cigarettes, like I manage that. I think about it like, hey,
Mm.
how much do I have? How
Yeah.
long do I think I'm gonna be here? How
How long
long
is it
will
going
it
to
be
last me?
before I go to a
Will it last at
store?
the end of the day?
All right.
And if I have
Yeah.
enough, it'll be
I'm not
like
judged.
I can spare one because I'm gonna get to the store. But if I only have like 4 or 5 or whatever, and it's the beginning of the day, and somebody asks for one, I just tell them, hey man, I'm short. I can't do it
Mm.
because you don't want to see me at work um, without cigarettes. I will survive and I'll get through it, but
Mm.
I'm accounting for,
Stressful.
again, like I said before about work. I need to know when I can waste time and when I can't waste time. And if I need to waste time, hey, I'll go take a 15-minute smoke break.
Mm-hmm.
But if I don't have a cigarette, what am I doing? I'm just standing outside doing nothing. I can't even hold up a cigarette and be like, hey, when I'm done with this, I'll be right in there. You know what I mean?
Mm. Yeah.
That's how I got started smoking. Like people were going to the back dock, like the receiving dock at the kitchen, and smoking. And I went out there with them, and we're chit chatting. Everybody's smoking but me. And then our supervisor comes out and was like, "Hey, what are you guys doing out here?" And everybody held up their smokes and said, "Smoke break." And they looked at me and be like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Taking a break." It was like, "No, you need to get back inside." And
Because you
so
didn't smoke, so the smokers got extra breaks just because they smoked?
the next day,
Yeah.
I bought a pack of Black and Milds, and I was
Take a
out there
smoke
puffing.
break whenever you want.
I was out there puffing a black and mild and never put it really down.
I used to smoke Marlboro Reds. Those were the thing. Those were the cool cigarettes back in the day, in the 90s, when I
Yeah.
started at college. It was the college kids that, the cool college kids that got me into all sorts of trouble. But I don't, I don't regret anything. I don't hold any grudges or hold
Yeah.
anyone to blame. It was I did what I did willingly. I wasn't forced into anything, so it was all part of the journey.
Definitely.
I mean, hell, if I sometimes I think if I had never started smoking, I'd be trying to take over the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
What are you?
yeah. It's like,
What?
hang on a minute. Yeah, world domination can wait. I need a cigarette.
I know.
Just give me 5 minutes. Yeah. No,
There you
I
go.
still smoke even now, but so what? Hasn't killed me. Hasn't
It
done
might.
anything to my
It killed
lungs.
David Lynch.
My lungs are perfect. I can sing. I can shout. You know, David Lynch. I bet he smoked a lot though, didn't he?
He died of emphysema.
Oh, well, that's probably a direct cause then, direct correlation.
Yeah, it is, and he's not the only
Major,
one.
the the major contributing factor to his demise. I just think it's about balance, and like, for example, me, I drink a lot of water, spring water, mineral water. So
Spring water and nicotine.
I eat healthy food, lots of healthy food, so it kind of balances it out. I think I don't eat a load of junk food and that. I occasionally go to McDonald's. I went to McDonald's, took some friends to McDonald's yesterday.
Oh, how was it?
It was
Wow.
all right.
What are the playgrounds like now?
Wow.
Or do they even have playgrounds anymore?
Inside,
I don't know. Anywhere.
Jeff, who
oh,
banned me from chat? Was that you, Jeff, that banned me from chat?
Yeah, I want this trolling to stop. It's just a
No problem.
timeout.
No
So
problem. No,
it
no.
wears off
You can.
after a while, and I'm gonna do the same thing to the other people if they don't stop
You,
going after you.
I was very respectful. I didn't curse or anything like that. It's cool.
Not the comment I deleted.
That's cool. That's all right. I think it's time for me to step away. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah. So you enjoy those trolls that are here to hurt your channel, but it's all
They're
good. Like I said,
nothing's
I'm
happening right now.
not upset whatsoever. I can go to many other places. But the thing is that these people come here to hurt your channel. They're not here to contribute anything. And the people that want to
Both of
contribute,
you keep it going. They'd only come here when you're here.
of course. And when I leave, which I am leaving, they're not going to come anymore.
I don't want
So
to. I don't want the trolls here in the first place.
because
So.
other channels don't allow it. They ban them instantly. You allow these trolls to come here, act like you're your friends, like Kane Catharsis or Shifty or people like Liliana, or these people don't like you. They don't want to be your friend. They're here to drop your channel. But listen, you'll learn for yourself, man. You will. And I'm not mad at you. I love you to death. But it's just like it's getting to be a little bit too much. It is. It's getting a little too
Well,
much. Because I go to
take breaks if you need to.
yeah, no, I mean, yeah, but I go to other channels and this doesn't happen. It doesn't happen in other
Oh, it
channels.
happens. It happens way more on other channels, I guarantee.
They get, well, no, the channels that I go to that are reputable, they get bounced out instantly. If someone comes up and starts talking crap, they get bounced instantly. Because
Well,
if they're
that would
not there,
include you. I mean, you're gonna get bounced too, because you
I
just
never
got through
get
talking
bounced.
crap about those people.
I never get bounced. Because I troll funnily. I have fun. I like making cracking jokes and having a good time. But these people are not going to ever come on panel.
Well,
They're never going to come
I'm
up.
not so much concerned about those people. I want to talk about actual topics here.
Yeah, no,
And
no, and I'm not upset. I'm not angry at all. It's just
no,
that,
I'm not either. Just
yeah,
I want you. I don't want you going after them, and I don't want
yeah.
them going after you.
But there's so many people that come here that are not in your best interest, and I hold my tongue. But it's just like it's getting out of control. Yeah, it is.
But they don't do anything when they're here. Like, so they respect my channel while they're here, and they follow my guidelines.
Sure,
So as long as they keep
definitely.
doing that, they're welcome to stay. Whatever they're doing on other channels behind my back, I'm not there to see.
Yeah,
I
definitely. No,
can't I can't enforce it on other channels. I could
agree.
only ask that they respect the guidelines on this channel. And as long as they
I
do
agree.
that, and that same goes for
And
you.
this will be cut and clipped, and it'll say
Yes,
Jeff
yeah.
and Mike's epic breakup. It'll say all that stupid shit because they have nothing to talk about. That's all it is. But
Probably
yeah,
epic breakup until tomorrow when you back on the
yeah,
stream.
exactly.
Yeah.
But I'm not upset. It's just these people are they are charlatans. They come here and try to be funny and cool. I got to tell you this. I don't give ultimatums, but Mr. B is the biggest piece of shit I've ever seen on YouTube.
Well, I don't want you coming on
Yeah,
here and talking about
Biggest piece
the
I've
of
seen him
shit
audience
I've
around.
like
ever
that.
seen.
I like Mr.
I've
Runs.
B.
seen
I
him
don't have
around.
an issue
I
with
don't really
Mr.
know.
B. He's never done anything to
Yes.
me. He's
Yeah,
been a good mod.
you know how much shit he talks about you? Calls you all
No,
this weird shit?
no, I don't. If
You've
you
got
have
really good.
anything to send me, I'll look
You've
at
got
it.
really good. Jeff's got really good moderators, though. That's the point of having moderators, though, isn't it? To
No,
moderate the
Ricardo,
chat
not
and
here. On
deal with
Ricardo
the
on other
trolls.
panels. On other panels,
Okay.
not
Well,
here.
just
On
clip it and
other
show it
panels.
to me then. That's
Nice.
all you have to
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
You've got.
It's
Any
okay,
of
You've
man.
got
these
it
Listen,
people,
recorded.
if
listen.
there's something you want
Yeah,
me to see, that's
You
the
should make.
easiest
You
thing
should
to
make
do.
good clips.
Rather than
Little
coming on the
clips.
stream and trying to allude to it, just send
Yeah.
me in an email the actual thing, like
Yeah.
screenshot it or something. That's the
yeah.
easiest way to make your case.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's irrefutable, then, isn't it? You can see
Yeah.
exactly what everyone said or didn't say.
I think it's time for me to step away, Jeff. I think it's time for me to step away. So, and just move away to something else. I think it is. I think it's time for me to step away. Yeah, because you have people, you have a lot of snakes in your hen house. I think you
Well,
do, and you don't even
like I
know.
said, if you
Yeah,
have a way to expose them,
yeah.
just send it to me.
It's all good. It's all good. You have people that come up here like Shift is like Liliana's best friend, and you
I
have
don't. We're
see,
not. I don't want to. I
then
don't
you have
care if
senior
she's
citizen.
Liliana's best friend. That has
Yeah,
nothing to do with
you got
what she does
senior.
on my channel.
You
Hey,
got senior
Illinois.
citizen Saul
What's
making
going on?
videos of arrows through your neck, and they're all buddies. Dude, this is. And then you have Kane Catharsis on your panel last night, who went hours making fun of me and you today. Today,
Televised
Well,
apocalypse.
then just show me the clips. That's all you have to
I'd
do.
rather not. I'd rather just step away from it.
But
I'd rather not.
you're coming up here and talking about it instead. Just show me the clips. That's the easiest way. Like,
I
look what
want you
Kane's
to.
saying about you on his show.
I want you to know reality, Jeff. That's all. Just the
Well,
reality.
then
These
you have
are
to show it to me.
these
That
are these are these are unintelligent, uneducated dirtbags
all
who
right.
are
Well,
dying for. Yeah, they're dying for YouTube clout. They're dying for it, and I'm the focus of their channels because they have nothing to talk about. And then now they're going after you now, Jeff. They put you up there for hours and hours and hours.
well, yeah, but people have been doing that for like
Sure.
probably going over a year now. I've been other
Yeah, and I
people's
hope you keep.
content.
I hope you keep growing. I'm not mad whatsoever. I'm not upset. I'm not even raising my voice. But it's just like it's getting a little kind of ridiculous. It is. It's getting a little ridiculous. They've run
Well,
out. They've
if
run
you need
out
to
of
take a
content.
break from it, that you should do that. I think that's the healthy thing to do.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, it's not a break. It's just going other places. That's all. It's
Yeah,
like if you're,
that's fine to
yeah,
do. Like, go.
yeah.
You're not stuck here.
And it's
I
nothing
think
against
it's.
you. You didn't
I'm
do
not
anything
taking it as
wrong.
anything
Yeah,
personal
yeah,
against you.
yeah. In actuality, you're one of the most positive people I've ever met. So like, it's nothing like it's no stab at you. But I just think it's sometimes it gets a little dirty. It's like, man, this is kind of crappy. It's like not really worth it. And they're gonna clip it. They're gonna make videos about it. And you have Angel in your chat. Angel makes fun of you
All right,
24/7.
that's fine. Just send me all this stuff, but I don't want to
Okay.
do. I
Okay.
don't want to do it publicly like we're doing now. If you have something
Gotcha.
concrete to send me, but right now you're just
Sure.
throwing out accusations
Well,
with nothing
I'm
behind them,
telling
and
I'm telling the truth. I'm
it's
not.
taken the place of topics I would rather
Yeah.
discuss.
I wish you the best, Jeff. I wish you and the channel the best. Like I said, there's no negativity whatsoever on my part. So yeah. But I'm gonna step away for probably you may not see me again, but I wish you nothing but the best. I
I'll
wish you
see you
nothing but the
again.
best. No, no, you
And
won't.
same
No,
to
you
you,
won't.
seriously.
No, no, you won't, Jeff. I'll move on to something else. But no, I appreciate you, man. I do. I think you have a great message, and please don't stop doing what you're doing.
Oh,
Please
I'm
don't.
not. We're coming up
All
on
right.
2 years now in April.
I appreciate you, man. God bless you, man. God bless you.
You
Take
too.
care, man.
Take
God
care.
bless you guys.
I got about another 20 minutes anyway, and then I'm gonna have to wrap up. I have a bedtime now, just like in high school. I don't know if I even honored it. I'm trying to even think if I went to bed at any particular time when I was in school. But I know for this job, I definitely have to make sure I'm in bed.
Yeah, I have an issue with
All right,
sleeping.
he's gone. Stop the trolling in the chat, or y'all gonna be gone too. Go ahead, untrackable.
Yeah, I was gonna say I have a sleep issue. I don't think it's necessarily a bad one. But if it's more than 6 hours, like let's say I go to bed early. Let's say I go to bed at 8 or 9 o'clock. I am up at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning just naturally, and I cannot go back to sleep. And then I just toss and turn, and I might doze off for 15 minutes, and then it's back in that rotation. And by the time my alarm clock goes off, like I'm so tired from being tossing and turning, trying to lay there and be still and rest for 3 hours, that by the time my alarm clock goes off, like I'm tired when I wake up. But if I go to bed somewhere around 11 or midnight, my alarm clock actually wakes me up.
So is it
And if
better to like push it and stay up late? That's what I try to do is because I have the same exact issue. I'm tossing and turning. I'm up at 1 in the morning or 2 in the morning, and I have to get up in an hour or two. It's not worth going back to sleep.
yeah, yeah,
Hey, Shift, what's
yeah,
up?
yeah.
Hey,
Welcome,
hi.
sir.
Hi, welcome.
Hi.
Hey, welcome.
Hey. How's it
How you
going?
doing? What's
I'm
up?
doing so good. Okay, look. Here's
I know
the
I
thing,
can tell you
Sam.
burning to
Here's the
but
thing. When a certain dick strangler like
hey,
comes
no,
to
no, no,
me,
no,
okay,
no! I
no, no, no.
can't
Listen,
prohibit him from
listen.
doing it and let other
No,
people come up and do
exactly.
the
You
same thing I'm
can't.
telling him not to do.
No, let me say this, and I'll be done. Unlike him, who will never be done because is crazy. All I did was put a recycle emoji in your chat, and he has to respond to it in a way and get in. Try to
But
like,
don't keep it going. You
no,
don't
this is
like
important. This is
it's y'all are
important.
all doing this circular
I
trolling,
look,
and
I
it
look. I am solo
somebody has to
dolo.
get off the merry-go-round
Yes,
at some point.
I'm solo dolo. I don't know that dude. That guy on your panel said he knows who I am. Is gonna dox me, do all this shit. I don't. What do I do to
Who?
him?
Who said that?
Fucking Mike Cerrone said
Oh.
location. Said he knew my fucking name. Dox my voice changer.
I,
This guy.
I, I doubt you have anything to worry about.
Okay, well then you're gonna protect me. Okay,
No,
cool.
I don't have a way to
Listen, my
protect you,
point is
but
this.
I
My
just
point.
he
Okay, well I
probably
don't
doesn't know what
appreciate.
you think he
I
knows.
don't. Okay, I don't appreciate some strange dude on the internet fixating on me when I show up. I have him
But
blocked,
what
but
can you do? Like, what can you do about? What
listen,
can
I just want to
anybody
say
do
one
about it? It's
thing.
the
I
internet.
My thing is this. He comes up here, tells you that people be talking mad shit about you all the time. First of all, that's a shitty friend thing to do. Like, well, how are you supposed to feel? You handle it like a champ, but
I
like
don't
every
worry about
fucking
it.
thing.
Doesn't even bother people have been talking shit about me my whole life. It doesn't bother
Okay, but
me
have you ever gotten
to.
proof? So my offer was this. I will, like, again, not even participate, which I barely do. This is the only place I bump into that fool. But he said that about me. He said that
I
I talk
know, but
shit.
that doesn't. It doesn't affect the
Jeff, the
way I
point
feel
is,
about you.
it shouldn't because it's not
It
true. And I
doesn't.
wouldn't,
You have
I,
nothing to worry about at all. Mr. B has nothing to
I
worry
care about
about.
your channel more than he does. That's my stance, sir. Because he ruins the fucking vibe. He's a bummer.
Only if you let it, and I don't let it. I'm not letting it. It's not
Well, on
changing.
behalf of the people, fuck that dude for making accusations against all of us for just existing. He's just mad when you give us attention, and what the fuck?
But see,
Back
now
it up,
you're
bro.
letting him troll you. He got to you.
No, 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 no. I think there's some sort of misunderstanding here. I'm letting it be known that I find it inappropriate that he speaks on me at all. Fuck him is how I feel. That's it. But if he didn't address me, I would never even acknowledge his existence because I don't give a flying fuck about
Right,
him.
but now he knows he can address you and get this reaction.
He hasn't stopped. The thing is, I can
Right,
actually prove
that's
that.
what a troll does. That's called being trolled.
Okay, well,
He found a
again,
button he can push, and he pushes it, and he
by
gets
violating people, that should be a button that when pushed, there's a reaction. I don't
right.
appreciate being threatened. Like, that's a douche maneuver. He's king of that. That's the only thing he's
But it's
royal with.
also the internet. Like I've seen it happen on the internet over and over,
Okay, my
especially
point
from the
is this.
drama
Start
community.
charging him for making foundless accusations. Grow your channel that way. Buy yourself something pretty. All right?
Untrackable, take care. It was good chatting as always.
It's just gross. But anyways, moving right along. Bye on Chocoble's face. Hey, did you hear about that marathon runner that got proposed to?
Is this a real life or a joke? No, I did not hear
No.
about the marathon runner that
She
got
like
proposed
trained
to.
for forever. And then
What?
she like trained for it, right? Because if you are in a marathon, you train for it, right? And then her fiance or her wannabe fiance decides that he's going to interrupt her, get in her way in the middle of the marathon to propose, and it didn't go his way because fuck that guy, right? Isn't that rude?
Oh, like she would have like not have a choice but to say yes.
Like stopping her from like after like training for however long, getting her in her way before the finish line. She
And
had a goal to meet, like she wanted to break a certain time, and then he fucked it up for her.
did
So
she
she's like,
by proposing, did she
yeah,
accept?
no,
Or
she
did
broke
that
up with
did
him. She fucking broke up with him. He's an
for ruining her
obstacle.
marathon?
Yeah.
What was that's that is kind of a dumb way to propose. Like was he aware of the risk? What was he thinking?
I'm still here.
Hey, Ricardo.
Hi. Hey.
Like yeah, cuz I could see that really
Um,
backfiring. Well, it did backfire.
It did
I
backfire.
guess he didn't see it backfire.
I think he thought it was going to be like some sort of like super cute thing and the crowds would go wild, but uh
Was
no.
he doing it for the crowd? Because the goal
I
of a
don't
proposal
know.
is to get the person to say yeah. That's
I
what you're
know, but
trying to
like
do.
you're like in the middle of like a sweaty sitch, like you're in the runner's leg and whatnot. You know what I mean? The last thing you need is some fucking dude like in your fucking way, blocking you from your goal to be like, I'm gonna spend forever with you, baby. Like for this is what I have to look forward to. It's like all the metaphors. Anyways,
oh,
Here, I'm
let
trying
me
to
out with this garbage. What a fucking prick.
marathon runner proposal.
nice to meet
I
you,
want to
Chef.
see what they look like.
I've seen you around.
What's that? Hi.
I go on your stream sometimes, but
Oh
I know you're
yeah, let me
busy.
Dude.
drop Chip's channel.
Yeah,
Mm, I like your you changed
that's
your
just cool.
avatar. But I was here earlier,
Yeah,
you were talking about like gardens and stuff and it was dope. I was here
yeah.
earlier not giving a fuck about somebody else that thinks everything's about them. But moving on.
I love
Yes, please.
gardening,
Let's
and
move on.
I just love nature. You know, like
Yeah.
plants and flowers, and I buy flowers for myself quite sometimes.
I love that. You should and save the petals and put natural like oils on them, essential oils, and then it'll make everything smell pretty. Like don't ever throw away the petals.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm finding so many
You get some
marathon
essential
proposal
oils.
stories. It's like a whole genre of
Mm.
something
Hmm.
people do.
Ylang
And
ylang.
which one? I'm trying to find which this
Sandalwood.
couple.
I
Hang
bet
on.
they're all good.
Which one is it? Look how many people are doing marathon proposals.
Oh no.
24 weeks.
Look
Oh
at
god.
this.
I've never,
He probably
I've
saw it
never
on
run a
YouTube or
marathon.
the
Oh
internet.
god.
That's why he did it in the first place. He's like, look
Do
at all these
mid
other people doing
marathon.
it.
Search for mid marathon. Like these people look happy because they waited till the finish line. This
Oh, mid
motherfucker.
marathon. Okay. Oh,
Is
so
it,
they're doing it at the finish line after they achieve
I
their.
they're jogging on concrete.
Is it these two? These people got married mid marathon. So if someone could get married while they're running a marathon, why couldn't you propose?
you don't want to
Is it
get
these
somebody
two?
like in the zone. I'm sorry. Like that is like you don't who wants to be wearing like I don't know.
Look, two
Wait till
guys.
the
Is this
end.
two guys? No. Oh, that's the one. Okay, I thought they were proposing to each other. Never mind.
Oh
That's the
god.
photographer. Um, I want to see the pissed off girl. I want to see what what we're working with.
Hold
Um,
on.
angry maybe. The internet was outraged. This says the internet was outraged, but not she was. Man's proposal to girlfriend. Because sometimes women won't show you their true feelings. They'll pretend like they think it's cute while they're seething inside, and they'll send mixed messages. Maybe let's see if that's what she's doing. Yeah, see, what is this body language? This can be read either way. Like, oh my God, what is this fucker doing? Or, oh my God, he's proposing to me. This is what I've always
No,
wanted,
because
been
okay,
waiting
so
for. I
allegedly
don't know
like
how
she
to
had a
read her
goal.
face.
Wait, can you hear me? Did I just mess up my audio because I took a voice thing? Can you still hear me?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you. Look at those pink
Okay.
socks. Oh my
So
God.
allegedly she like had been training to beat her like goal or whatever.
And he fucked it
And
all
like
up.
let's say it was like she wanted to do it in like 4 hours. Well, she didn't make that mark because she was interrupted. Somebody got in the middle of her flow. Anyways, whatever.
Hey, Spike.
Hey, let's
Is
try
this your
again.
new account?
Nope.
Who?
Wait, Ricardo, is that type in the back? Is that didn't
Hey,
sound like
Spike.
you. Now I'm paranoid that you're a troll.
That's the guy that was just here.
Yeah, but it's a totally different account.
Oh,
It's not the account he was on earlier.
oh.
Ricardo, tell me something. Hey, yeah, happy Friday, Freaky Friday. We
Happy
should all
Friday.
switch bodies.
Whose body do you want?
I don't know. Let's see. You don't have to switch with your parents, do you? It can be anybody's body.
Why would you? Where did I just
That
learned
the Freaky
everything about
Friday
you?
movie. That's the whole movie. With
Oh, they switched it. Okay, got it.
yeah, the
Okay,
mom and the daughter
okay.
switch
Sorry.
minds. Actually,
You had
I
like
guess that
Lindsay
is
Lohan,
switching
Jamie
bodies.
Curtis. Yeah. Okay. Or whatever that guy's name is. Like Zac Efron. And who is the guy? I know that's not even like the original Freaky Friday, but
It was
whatever.
Jodie Foster and I forgot the mom, but they remade it. I don't even know who plays in the remake.
Hmm. Based
That's
on
a
the
good
actual.
question. Who would you switch bodies with? I
I
don't.
thought you were gonna
There's.
pick
I
someone
don't.
from the panel verse. I thought you were gonna,
Oh,
you know,
maybe we should limit it to the panelverse. Who
yeah.
would you switch with in the panelverse?
Hmm.
Um, yikes, that's a hard one. What criteria would I
I'm
even
trying not to be
use?
offended. You don't want to be. You don't want to be finished. Ooh.
Oh no. Well, I was thinking the same gender. It would be easier
Oh
to
my
do
god.
the same.
Well, this
That's
is
the
my
that's.
real voice.
I was trying to think
That's
of a
the
guy
one.
body.
Sorry.
No,
I'm just
that's I wouldn't want a woman's body at all. That would
wow.
freak. That really would be freaky. I would be freaked out. Um.
You wouldn't-
Well, whose body would you do?
what would I do or what I want to
Whose
have?
body? Like whose body would you switch with?
Um. Hmm.
See, it's a stumper.
Well, I mean, all I can think about is like pre-shave Untrackable's face because I really want to be able to do that like beard stroke maneuver. I think it
Oh,
like evil
there's a
villain
lot to
thing.
choose from in the Panoverse. If
Oh
you're
yeah,
looking
that
for a beard to
African classic
stroke.
African dude has a good beard too.
Yeah, African. I
My
don't know
beard's
who
not
I
that
switch with.
exceptional.
I guess if I have to think about it that hard, I don't know.
Oh come on, we
Cause
know
what?
that like
Cause you're in their body for like what, a day, a few days.
right, but we
So
all know that
what
like
kind of whose life would you want to experience is really the
oh their whole
question.
yeah. Look, we know that outside the camera view, like the other wall we can't see is just like one of those like serial killer red string boards with like all the Pamelaverse people, Jeff.
Oh,
Come
I
on.
was gonna have one up here. I was mapping the
See?
Panoverse at one point. I was gonna make a murder board, and it got too complicated.
See?
I'm like, this is
See?
way. You need an AI algorithm to map this shit.
Oh my gosh.
That's autogynephilia. Zen's
What?
describing. He said he would want to do a woman's body so that he could touch himself all day, because there's a variation of transness where they're turned on by the idea of themselves as a woman. It's like an erotic. It's not that they feel like they're the wrong gender, but it's that they get an erotic sensation over the idea of themselves as the opposite sex, and it's called autogynephilia.
Hmm.
Yeah, AGP, exactly. What Helena's saying. Oh, I I don't even know what to, I
Maybe
don't
that's
have
what I'm doing when I'm not here, sir. Like I
I
just
have
all day.
nothing to say to that. What do you do with like play? You just bounce them and like
Yeah, you
mash
try
them and
not to,
stuff,
lose my. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. What do you do? Like I feel
like
like
silly
the
putty.
yeah, you could like put them on newspaper and lift the prints if
You got
you're like,
you got Archie on your
crime scene
Blondie and
investigation
Dagwood,
tools.
the Wizard of Id,
I don't know, but I
Prince
do have this
Valiant.
like I do allegedly have this like Freaky Friday wish of like for little just for like once to know what it's like to like a have ladywood and knock something over. You know what I mean? Like just like oh no, everything fell off the desk.
Knock something off a shelf.
I just want to like one time, just like I just feel like that sensation is so like impossible. I have
It would
no
hurt.
idea.
I think it would hurt. I don't know if it's the
For
same. You
science.
could feel what it. You could finally feel what it feels like to get kicked in the balls. That is painful. That is some pain, and it's instant.
Hoo ha cake ain't gonna feel good either, sir. Just FYI.
Oh, wait. Say what?
Getting kicked in at
The
all.
hoo ha is the same way? Because I
I
thought we
don't
had
think it's
special nerves
the
down there that y'all don't have.
Wow, that's
Because
rude.
sometimes you don't have to get kicked. Sometimes if you just like move the wrong way and your balls hit too hard against your shorts, the inside of your leg, it can happen.
Oh my gosh, I've heard of people dudes sitting on their ball sacks and like that being uncomfortable. That
Yeah,
too.
I've racked myself before. It happens.
Oh my gosh, wait, what was that? Hold on, what was that in the chat? Hold on. Hold on. It's not a helicopter, it's a helicopter. That too. Oh my gosh. Ah, Jeff. If there used to be this you missed the glory days of Holly Lewis in the news on her channel. She described doing a helicopter on somebody, and it was like this whole thing. And she was talking about whatever, like she used like some sort of string, and I don't know what the fuck. It like gave me such anxiety that people at home were gonna like substitute the like the like schematic plans for like doing a helicopter. Then they were gonna start using like fishing wire for it. Anyways, I just had this like horrible like massacre scene. Never mind. Are you familiar with the helicopter
I'm looking
period
it up now. There's a calculator for it.
for how to do it? Because she had like a whole
Helicopter calculator
like she had like
online.
a fan. It was like there was like a whole thing. She went hands free. She attached something to the dude's sitch
I'm
and to
seeing all
create a
kind of.
propeller. He was, yeah, it was complicated.
Oh god, did it have a little parachute man attached to it?
I hope so. G.I. Joe's never been the same.
Oh yeah, Mr. B.
Oh
That's why in
no.
movies, like even in a movie, if you see it happen, you feel it. You know what that guy is feeling.
So you bro code when you see somebody get kicked in the nuts?
I guess so. I guess that's kind of a universal bro code. Every guy knows that feeling.
Oh my gosh, so there was a police chase earlier that I was watching, and it was wild. That somebody stole like a work truck and
Oh,
they like
what kind of
smashed
truck?
a work.
Oh, work truck. Okay.
Yeah. The news copters were saying it was like a missile because it's like the bed of the truck was all steel and stuff and it was going really, really fast. It hit like a lot of folks. Well, like cars. But it ended in like a pretty bad crash. And then the guy just got off and sauntered away. This fool just walked away like ain't no thing, right? He didn't even run. Anyways, but the point that I'm getting to is there's a part where there's like a group of cops that are like putting cuffs on the perp and whatnot, but there's one cop on the ground on all fours. And all I could think was, did that guy kick him in the nuts? Because he's just like on the ground, like real keeled over.
That's
And
all
he's
you can do. It immobilizes you.
he was, yeah, because I just thought there's no way that guy, knowing with all the attention on this situation, is going to stay on the ground like that. While all his buddies are handling the perp. He's over there,
It
maybe
might have been,
nursing
or he
some.
lost the contact lids.
The what? Oh,
But
I don't think he lost the con. I don't know. The newscaster was all like, I don't know, maybe he's out of breath. And I'm like,
oh
maybe he like lost the nut right there, dude.
no,
I'm
that's
not.
what you do. Like you just you kind of slump over. You can't move. You can't do anything. All you can do is sit there and process the pain until it goes away.
Oh, Ricardo
It
Sunshine
takes
has.
all of your consciousness to just
That's because
get
that's the
endure
portal
the
of light.
pain.
It's the portal of light. Well, it's one, it's a work. It's a team effort, but that's where life life is stored. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I don't know why it has to be so sensitive. Like, why would they to me they should make that the most protected area of the whole human body, not the most sensitive.
You have like a little rib cage around your nutsack.
Yeah, or like thicker skin, like elephant skin or something.
Oh my gosh! I just found out we're like
Or
an
just don't
elephant.
put the nerves there. Why do they need those nerves right there? What is it? I wonder if it was for women's
Hmm.
protection. Like, I wonder if it evolved for women's benefit so that they would have some kind of way to protect themselves from men. But even then, why don't you could put it on the knee or somewhere. You don't have to have it there.
Oh my gosh,
Well, I guess
dude!
on that note, I guess.
Yeah, okay. I ordered boiled peanuts and they just arrived, so I'm gonna go.
Oh, that sounds fun. Are they salted?
They are more. They are buffalo flavored. Have you
Oh,
ever had
buffalo
boiled peanuts?
nuts, hot salted nuts.
Hot, yes.
But they
Spicy
so
nuts.
wait,
Are
you
hot.
can order peanuts and they come in different flavors. That's
Yeah. Have you
never
ever
had
had
that.
boiled peanuts?
Yeah, I just didn't know you could. I've had them at bars and restaurants, but I didn't
Yeah.
know people
Well,
would
you can
bring them
get
to
them.
your door.
Yeah, you can, anything can come to your door. Come and knock on
Oh,
my
right,
door.
that's true.
Okay, I gotta go. Okay,
All
thanks.
right, take care.
Bye.
Bye. All right. Well, it's a little bit past my bedtime. I think I'm gonna do the untrackable thing where I stay awake I, longer so that I sleep through the night instead of toss and turn all night. So maybe I'll used to fish with a guy that pulled out the burled peanuts offshore, and everyone would be off the sun. Wait, what? Why? Boiled peanuts are not that bad. I don't think they are. You know what is gross though? Those little tiny freeze dry, like freeze dried shrimp. It's like dried shrimp, and you get them in these little plastic packets. Sometimes they have them like on the checkout aisles of grocery stores. They are so they taste like rotten shrimp carcasses. That would make me hurl way more than peanuts. Anyway, I'm trying to end on a good note, and I'm not being very successful at it. Yeah, in Louisiana we have like we grew up in pollution. The if you leave for a while, like go away for a week or two, and then you drive back into the city, about half an hour before you get to the city, you could smell the change in the air, and you're like, "Oh my God, that's what I've been living in my whole life. This nasty ass smell. It's disgusting." But then when you're in it, you get used to it and you don't even notice it. It just smells like air. You're like, "Oh, smell the fresh air today." That's what we grew up in my whole life. That was our air. No, no, it's not cat treats. They sell them. People put them on. You could put them in food. Some people put them in their ramen. You can eat them as a snack. It's not cat treats. Here, I'm gonna find a picture. Of course, in Louisiana, a lot of the best food comes out of the convenience stores, like and not the Shell station. I'm talking about like the mom and pop. Sometimes they'll butcher a hog in the back of the store, and they'll sell all kind of shit inside the store from the. It's you will get the most bizarre foods, but also sometimes some of the best foods. They'll have like fried gizzards. You never know what you at any given like hole in the wall convenience store. You never know what's going to be on offer. But some of it's the best food you'll ever eat in your life too at the same time. All right, hang on. Let me see if I can find a picture of what I'm talking about. Yeah, these things. Wait, that's not them. Yeah, this shit right here. They're not cat treats. This. And this. This is the one. Look, seafood, Louisiana edible dried shrimp in small plastic bowl. This is the exact brand. Oh, it wants me to download it. I'm not. That is what I'm talking about. Maybe it's a Louisiana thing. They're gross. Don't eat them. If you don't have them in your state, be grateful. They're doing you a favor. All right, a positive note. It's Friday. Pralines, yes. Okay, we'll do that. Pralines. That's an excellent note to end on. Or pralines. We grew up calling them pralines. And there's different types. I like the gooey, kind of caramelly ones. But there was a Mexican restaurant growing up, and you know how like a restaurant, or maybe they don't do this anymore, but they used to. After they bring you your bill, they'll bring you a little peppermint or like an Andes mint with the check. Well, they would bring a little plate of pralines, except it was the kind, it was like pure sugar with pecans in them. It was basically just candied sugar. There was almost no other ingredient. And they were so gross growing up. It was just like eating a mouthful of sugar with some a tiny little pecan flavor to it at the end from the nut itself. Oh, we're back to nuts. Um, Pralines are the New Orleans kind of good. If you don't, I guess my point is if you're eating the sugar kind, let me find a picture. That those are not that there are better pralines out there than the sugar kind. Yeah, let's take a look at some pralines. Pralines from Narlene's. Yeah, see this one right here? This looks like a delicious praline. These are those little sugar kinds, but even this looks more praline than what this little restaurant would give out. This just looks like goo. So anyway, those are pralines. And there's an art to them. There's all kind of different styles you can get. Everyone puts their own twist on it. So shop around, find the ones you like, and give yourself a treat. Enjoy your Friday night. Enjoy your weekend. I'll be back out tomorrow probably, unless I'm just bone tired when I get home. But I'll try to make it out for Saturday. And then I'm normally off on Sunday. I don't stream on Sunday. I take the day off. But Sunday's actually my Friday. So I might do a Sunday stream because I'm able to go longer. And we can do an evening stream that I don't have to end. So thanks for hanging out, everybody. I'll see you probably tomorrow. And if I happen to not, I hope you have a great rest of your Friday night and you do something fun and special for yourself this weekend. Give yourself a little treat, like a little praline treat. That's good. That's healthy. Treat yourself. I'm trying to find somebody to send you to in the Panelverse. But nobody's really streaming right now. Anyway, I think there's a whole bunch of people that... Oh, look, Hebrew's about to go live. He'll be live in like 5 minutes, so you can always check out Hebrew. There you go. Good night, Apocalypse. Just hang in there. There's rough patches, but you have people that can get you through it. I think people here appreciate you. And so don't... It's not always as bleak as it looks. And when I'm in those moods, one of the systems I use, kind of as a check on myself, and it's rare that I have to do this, but every now and then I do. I always give it 24 hours, and if it happens at night, I always get a good night's sleep before I do anything stupid. So like, no matter how despairing I am, and no matter how bleak or dark I'm feeling inside, I always force myself to wait at least a night and see how I feel in the morning. And if I'm still feeling bad in the morning, usually that'll like at least give me some breathing room. But if I'm still feeling that way in the morning, I give myself at least 24 hours, and I always I reach out to somebody at that point. But build in some pauses on doing anything rash and impulsive. Yeah, we had some good streams, dude, in the past. I enjoyed our little spontaneous late night streams. So yeah, don't give up, dude. You still got a lot going for you. And you have people out there to stick around for. So keep checking in too. Yeah. All right, take care, everybody. I hate when it does this. Take care, everybody, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.